name is Josh. I will be DMing for all of these lovely people here. We will be playing in a homebrew world that I've been working on for several years. We would be coming in at level 13, but
Someone killed the party.
Not I. Somebody got themselves all killed. I'm blaming it on you guys. So, over the last 2 weeks, we threw together some new characters, some new stuff, and we're excited to bring it to you every Friday until I kill them too.
Please don't. I had that character for 2 years.
I gave you so many warnings.
4 sessions.
2 years.
4 sessions.
2 years of my life.
I went through 3 characters.
I know.
This is your crew. If we want to go ahead and start down here, go ahead and introduce yourself, your character.
Yeah,
Go for it.
My name is Mary. I play Almania Kalmabdalor. She's a dragonborn who will eventually become a bard after this session, I guess. Because, I guess I'm not a bard yet. I'm a bard. I'm going to specialize in the College of Glamour, so expect lots of fun things, I hope. I don't want to die in this one. Okay.
This one.
No.
No, he's that one. No, he's that one. Yeah, is that your
You may
name?
call me one.
That one. That one. Yeah.
They're coming.
Who are you, Jenny?
Hi guys, I'm
go.
Jenny. I will be playing Talia Rushandel, a half-elf, soon-to-be wizard. Haven't decided on the school yet, so just mark that major undecided. And I've lived here my whole life. I'm the daughter of a healer and a scribe, with a lot of passel of brothers and sisters, so aren't you Grace?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Grace. I'm playing Vera Mayweather. I am a little old halfling woman with also a very, very large family who hopefully we will be able to meet. I will also be doing an accent that I've been bullied into.
Yes.
So it's going to be terrible.
Yes.
And I'm probably going to drop it after this session 0 because it's going to be terrible. But bear with me for today.
Well, my name's Devin. I'm going to be playing an elf homebrew class that may be modified as we play.
We're still working on it.
That's awesome.
Currently, I'm just about the party's only frontline, so hopefully it won't be modified too much.
Woo!
But my character's name will be Cormir Val Sagebrush.
Wait, you have a name?
Yeah.
Stop saying
This
French.
campaign
That's
has a name.
To you.
My name is Maddie. I'm going to be playing Cora Toshi. She is a homebrew cat folk race called the Cortezopa. I will become a warlock, Hexblade, Pact of the Blade, if we make it there. And, ready for adventures. I'm going to be like a pseudo frontline.
All right.
We also have.
So I don't think you can actually see her, but we have somebody Skyping in. So Beth, go ahead and let them know real loud.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Nihongo wa kateru hito ohayo gozaimasu.
Ohio.
I will be playing Lyra, a wood elf, and cleric who, most unlike my previous character, loves healing and wants to be the best she can at it. Okay.
Alrighty.
Love you, Beth.
I love you.
My actual laptop, if that would be more convenient than...
We can speak with it much better.
Yeah.
We can try
Figure it
at some
out,
point. Anyway, a couple important things to know about the world. Basic ideas are millennia ago, giant cataclysm. Civilization came crashing down. Nobody really knows what happened. But one of the results is that there are no gods in this world. Well, there weren't until the end of last campaign.
Rub it in. just rub it in.
It worked?
I don't know.
Oh.
There are no gods. Clerics and paladins essentially draw their power from the raw power of their faith and their belief and their ideals and their oath. That only takes them so far, so I've capped clerics and paladins at level 4 in this world until somebody decides that they want to figure out how to maybe bring the gods back or create new ones.
We tried.
Wait, we can create new ones.
Well, you tried to
We
stop
don't
somebody
know.
else from creating one.
How did that go?
We died.
Couple.
Spoilers.
That's rough.
We died.
Travel is largely impossible. Not impossible, just you do it, you die, mostly. Unless you are traveling with several hundred people. My travel rules are also homebrew and pretty brutal.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the first part of this campaign, we're also going to be including some rules from a wonderful work called Giffy Glyph's Darker Dungeons. It
Meat grinder.
has so many wonderful things that I've been trying to figure out how to work into a campaign, and it just does it all for you. So I think at least some of it should be included in every campaign. So check it out.
Why do you do these things to us?
Yeah.
Do you want to hurt us?
Makes it more fun.
Look at the
No.
camera and say
I
that.
was-
Yes.
I don't want to.
He looks sincere.
Alrighty. Let me find my notes for episode 1 here. Alrighty. So, you all live in the great city of Anashir, which is somewhat depicted right here. Large city, little less than 100,000 inhabitants. It is on a cliffside overlooking the great inland sea. There is a huge river that runs from the Drunak Mountains way off to the west.
Which direction are we? Yeah.
Way off to the west, that runs east and goes under the city and at some point drops off hundreds of feet down into a natural cavern that houses most of the city's docks. And that cavern then opens out into the great inland sea. There, if you were in the sea and looking at the cliff, it would look something like this, except that there would be, the bottom of the cliff. There you go. Right, so you just have this huge chasm that actually ends, a little below the city. It's divided up into districts. You all live in the Cataract district.
We will never stop giving you crap.
It's
Sorry,
al-
Josh, I can't.
It's also
I can't quite see that from here.
Yes,
Maybe that-
I mean, yeah. Where do I live
rocks.
again? Yes.
Rocks.
You make fun of me for Old Dash. I can make fun of you for the Cataract District.
Alrighty.
Is it right next to the Arsword?
It's actually run by a bailiff. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, something
Okay,
like
see,
Shma
Bailiff Schmalif was intentional. Okay.
Oh,
was
I'm
What
sorry.
about
It
Garrick
wasn't
the cleric?
Schmalef.
That was
It was actually
supposed to be
Garrick.
Garrick the
It
cleric.
was Bailiff Garrick.
Oh.
Alrighty.
May the rocks commence. May the odds be heaven.
Fittingly, today is Hate Day.
Yeah.
The third of the month of two skies.
Hate
Indeed.
Day?
Hate Day. I sent you guys the calendar. I didn't
Yeah.
expect you to
Did
read
we
it.
read it?
But I'm going to be using it.
But you didn't
so.
give us the equivalencies, so we don't know. Is
Well,
it
that's
hate
because
day
it's,
the
that's 'cause
equivalent
it's a
of a
9
Friday?
it's a 9-day
No, it's a Monday.
9-day week, 27-day month, 13-month year. Today is Hate Day, the third of the month in the 5,363rd year of the Age of Desolation.
Sorry, say it one more time. What's the year?
5,363.
Before breaking.
After the
After breaking. I meant
After the
that.
breaking.
I meant that.
Since the world was shattered and the gods vanished. You live in the great city of Anashir, and tonight you are celebrating the Darkfall Festival. The only celebration that is common to all of the great cities on this continent of Islam.
Oh my gosh, they were doing that when
They
we
were doing that when we
died.
were this
Oh,
year.
no.
Our
Yes.
kids were sad
Oh,
that
the poor
they weren't
kids.
doing that.
Right.
Your previous characters died yesterday.
Ah.
13...
Thanks.
Or yesterday?
No, yesterday.
Oh,
13 centuries ago, the first alliance of power met and threw back the darkness that had poured out of the scar, that giant rent in the center of the continent. The darkness that had flooded out of that and blackened the land. Darkfall is typically celebrated with feasting, property damage, and costumes. typically featuring excessive limbs, tentacles, eye stalks, and large teeth. This year, celebrations promise to be bigger than ever. Flush with money from the thousands of mercenaries that flooded through the city on their way across the sea to Westishire 3 weeks ago, the council plans on heavily subsidizing the festivities. Drinks and brothels will be a pittance. Food will be free. The council has even purchased bards from the college for even for some of the poorer districts. The streets will actually be lit at night and well patrolled. With several months of bitter winter already behind you.
Winter's covered up with snow, y'all.
All the time.
Oh no, don't start
I
making
lost
fun
my
of
spot.
accents now. You haven't heard mine yet.
With several months of bitter winter already behind you, and many more to come, the council wants to make sure that everyone can cut loose and release all of that pent-up frustration, anger, fear, etc. Again, appropriately hate day.
So it's the purge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really
Trademark pending.
You don't want to kill everybody.
Seriously.
Or do we?
You all live in one of kind of the upper middle class sections of the city, the Cataract District.
Every time you say you all live, I hear "In the Yellow Submarine."
Yes.
Goes off in my head.
How many copyrights can we violate in 5 minutes?
All of them.
Oh, hold on there.
We haven't played a snippet of a song yet.
I need to hurry.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Where the alcohol is decent, the costumes, most of them touched with a bit of glamour. Rumor has it there's actually a full bard around here somewhere. That's not you.
Dang it.
Sorry.
Not a full bard.
Full bard.
Sorry. I'm just an
I just didn't want to
I
accidentally
was
throw
like,
you in.
me!
Picking up on this, Mary.
Sing us a song,
I feel it, I feel it.
The feast. Oh, I'm sorry. The costumes are all touched with a bit of glamour, enough to make them seem kind of truly real just out of the corner of your eye. Maybe occasionally you just kind of, oh! All right, continuing on. Where are we? There's an abundance of food, drink, dancing, music. The weather is bitterly cold, but the square is lit and heated by a number of lamps and magical creations purchased from one of the guilds. There are games, there's drinking, there's feasting. How are you guys all participating in the Dark Fall celebration?
I would like to roll to get drunk.
There is a drinking contest.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Going for the
bruh.
drinking
Sign
contest?
me up.
Alrighty.
Do it.
You're going for the drinking contest.
I'm going.
I'm dressed as a beholder, like sort of Mike Wazowski style, with the eye right
And
here.
we're off.
3.
Yes,
Yes.
right here. And I haven't actually used the accent yet, 'cause I'm not going to do it until I'm actually doing dialogue, but I'm going to be looking around all the street food with my granddaughter,
Okay.
Theodosia.
Theodosia is there. Okay, looking at the street foods.
I am going from place to place looking for a boy. A specific boy. I didn't just wake up this morning with a craving.
Oh, I know.
Look at me
How
for
many
a
quotations
man.
are we going to
But
get
you
through today?
generally want to specify.
Yeah, she's
I-
looking for a boy.
I know what you meant.
She isn't looking for a girl.
That might come later.
Alright, cool.
You never know.
It's early.
Cormier.
Drink it.
Drinking contest. Food. There's a pie eating contest. I don't know much about Theodosia. Would she be interested
She'd be so down.
in a? It's not just a pie eating contest. It's an extreme pie eating contest.
Oh, she'd be down.
She's down for pie eating contest.
Race around.
Grammy is on the sidelines, like, cheering her on.
Alright.
How exactly would you share her on?
Oh, no,
Can we just get a- can we just get a-
do that.
just a little taste?
No.
You're looking for a boy.
Yes, a specific boy
Yes.
who I have no details about.
She likes him pretty.
Do you have any Sure, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Get worse.
Okay.
Ooh! Just my, what's it? With perception.
Let's roll.
That could be a mod 20.
Mod 20.
Natural 21.
And your
Natural
name is Talia.
Talia, yes.
Right.
I am performing.
You are performing
Yep.
already.
Well, yeah.
There are a number of other bard musical devotees attempting to gain entrance to the college.
Tribute bands.
Are you
Bad tribute band.
So, like you, the
So,
Darkfall
Metallica tribute
celebration.
bands?
The Darkfall celebration is a time for you guys to compete to each other, and essentially, right, the rumor among you all is the bard is not here to perform. Right, the full bard that's around here somewhere. He's scouting.
Does that mean I can be in a barding competition?
Yeah, that's...
Ooh, hell yes.
I don't
Got
have one
drinking,
prepared, but there's gonna be
pie.
one.
Yes, please.
And your name is Amanya?
Almanya.
Almanya.
Almanya. Almanya.
Alrighty. Bard contest. Good.
I'm dressed as a human.
So are we
The
talking
greatest
full,
monster.
like, bald cap, but full body, or...?
Yeah. Full body human.
You're like a leotard.
And I'm
Essentially.
Flush tone leotard.
Wait, are we still in the 5 minutes? It's cats.
Oh no.
He missed mine. It's fine.
Let's let her continue.
I would probably be with Rio, who's my bestie, and just walking around.
Is he here?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably listening to the different bards and talking shit about them.
Okay, and remind us who Rio is. Describe him.
He's my bestie. He's an elf person, and he's got brown peasant hair.
Oh my gosh.
I will come for you.
Someday I might just post a video just explaining all of the background jokes, but it's not going to be tonight.
Brown peasant hair. He's very, very pretty. I have a huge crush on him. And yeah.
Hey boy.
Is he a pretty boy?
Specific.
Probably talking
My
shit
notes
about
now
my
say
brother.
boy underline.
Oh, I'm 13, by the way.
Okay.
Oh god.
Baby.
Shorter lifespan, faster maturity.
That's one of the
Okay.
things.
Okay.
Oh damn. I was like, whoa.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going to be protecting her from every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
I figured I was going to be putting out fires tonight. I just thought they were going to be like fires, like buildings on fire.
What did you tell us before the
I told
street?
you to
It's
do
your
whatever
fault.
you would do at home. I
Whatever we
know.
would do.
And I knew I would regret it
I didn't know you liked to know.
in the short term. In the long term.
You okay?
What?
Big, loose clothing, big boots.
Yeah. All those
Talking about Rio.
We're
Butts
outside
and
the
boots.
5 minutes, Mary.
Wait, no, but he's not a cat. He's an elf. So,
Oh,
He is an elf. Alrighty.
he's dressed as though he's a cat.
What
tonight.
about
We're
Lyra?
going to start.
What about Lyra?
You swapped.
Lyra, what's Lyra doing?
Oh, Beth! Lyra, what are you doing?
Okay, I am not participating in the festivities. I am
Boo.
the area because I know some shit is gonna go down and there's gonna be people who need to be healed.
Is that metagaming?
I think that's metagaming.
I don't
She
think
knows
that's
it's going to be during a
metagaming.
festival. Someone's
Oh,
gonna
okay,
get drunk.
no.
During a festival.
Actually,
Yes.
it is hate day, and it's a...
Happen.
You know what? That's totally legitimate.
Plus, she's gnome, but dispensing life instead of taking it.
Shh, reverse it.
So where are you with regards to the feast? It's a big square. There's... Go ahead.
Probably where I would assume that the most damage is going to be done. Like, I want to be right there.
Now, are you talking like sickness or physical damage or spiritual damage? There are a lot of contests.
And she takes up post outside the brothel.
That's true. I'm not trying to fight the entire morality of the celebration. And since I'm not actually like a level 1 cleric yet, I'm just gonna go to places where like people would die if I wasn't there.
Brothel. diseases, violence, moral turpitude.
So much
You
turpitude.
know
Covers all of her
You
bases.
know this?
Cormier might know this.
That's fair.
Extensive experience.
All right. Good. We are beginning the drinking contest.
Sweet.
The drinking contest is pretty simple. You must finish the most ale that you can in 30 seconds, or finish all 10 of the beers set in front of you. So you, and this very large half-orc, not as large as you, he looks upset about that fact. There's an elf that's bigger than he is.
With really long blonde hair, too. I'm sure he really doesn't like that.
Oh, he would love that
The whipping by
on his belt.
Exactly.
So, this is more than a friendly contest. So, the only rule is no puking, no interfering with the other person. So,
The third rule is don't
There are-
talk about the rules.
there are 5 rules.
Oh,
you know
shit.
of those 2.
Okay.
So,
Or is it one? All wrapped into one.
you can drink up to 3 beers per round, but however many you do in a certain round affects how much the DC increases.
So let's back up to the rules. What specifically constitutes interfering with the other person?
Oh god.
Specifically, because you said interfering with him.
That's all they told you.
Very open-ended.
Loopholes!
So, how many beers are you drinking in the first round?
Describe the setup. Is it 2, benches with 10 beers on it?
So there's one table between you guys. You're sitting on just kind of a low bench on one end of the table, and there's about 3 feet of space between you and him, and he's just sitting straight across from you, and you're both just staring at each other, and there's 10 flagons of ale set up right in front of each of you.
Okay. I'll do 2, I guess.
2 in the first round?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. He's going for 3 because he's compensating.
14.
Okay.
Are you a constitution cookie?
I'm a constitution cookie.
Yes! It's a
Yes.
tough cookie!
Not amazing. All right.
He knows all of our cookie types.
He does know cookie types.
Okay. Second round. How many beers you drink?
So, does drinking these beers constitute a full action?
It's 5 rounds, right? So you've got
Yeah.
30 seconds to drink as many beers as you can.
Same question. If we're in a round, does this constitute a full action?
Yes, because you are spending all of your concentration trying to down those 2 beers as fast as elfinly possible.
How do you look in these 3 beers?
Not great.
Okay, I'll do 2 more.
Okay, 2 again. DC is higher now. He went for 3, so that's a not great.
Oh, 18.
18. All right. That's looking real bad. Going for 3 more beers again.
So that puts him up to 9.
Yep.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to pull one of his beers over to me and drink it.
So you're gonna have to sacrifice your drinking for this round.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Roll just a sleight of hand check, just for kicks and giggles.
That's dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
13.
get to use those yet.
13. Okay.
It's my
You kind of press down on the table as you reach for one of your flagons, and just kind of, and one of his beers kind of slides down. It almost looks like you tilting the table just slid one of the beers down to you. Okay, he's gonna go for 3 beers.
2 now, I guess.
No, 3.
Oh,
'cause that's his
yes.
Look,
He's
the
not
DM is
doing
face
well.
palming.
And that's his 3rd straight fail.
You down.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no.
Ew.
That's against the rules. The
turn.
rule.
8.
This is anyway.
Oh,
8?
God.
Okay, he kind of And he lunges, so he downs his 3, and he lunges for the one that you pulled towards him, hits the table, and as the table kind of hits the stone, he just and just spews it all over you. You managed to, launch yourself backwards, but it got some vomit spatters on you.
So, quick wipe down, sit back down at the table. Disgraceful. Keep going.
Yeah.
With the intent of getting wasted.
Actually, that's a percentile dice.
Oh, yeah!
He slinks away. Weak. Thoroughly defeated.
Yeah. And there was much rejoicing.
Alright.
No, there was much silent drinking.
Just roll me a straight Constitution saving throw.
As opposed to the other ones that I've been doing.
8? Okay. You manage to beat one other person, and then you get to the point where it's just like, okay, I've got... and you're just face down on the table. Lyra! You have your first patient! Woo! You have somebody with severe poisoning!
No hallucinations yet.
Roll a medicine check!
Do I add my level 1 stat to that? Or
You do not have proficiency, so it's a straight D20 roll plus your wisdom modifier.
wisdom is 17 plus non-natural 20.
Woo! Alright, dirty 20. Woo! Alright. You feel pretty confident that he's out of danger, and by the time you leave him, he's up. Sorry, that's misleading. He's not walking.
He's not dead.
But he's conscious.
Do I still have any flagons in my hand?
Yeah, you've got a flagon. It's empty.
I'm gonna try and drink from it.
Well, it's empty.
I'm still gonna try. I don't know yet.
You're pretty sure you're drinking a lot more.
Oh, okay.
You're just...
Oh, baby.
It's amazing. Best you've had. Extreme pie eating contest.
Ooh, yeah. So, quick question. Is there, like, a judge or somebody in charge of the contest? That's a specific
here
person.
comes the rogue.
I don't know what you people are talking
Hold
about.
on.
You're gonna need to ask in character, please.
She's a nice, respectable, old halfling woman.
Well, I saw her down on
Here
the
in a
docks
tight
that one
bun.
time.
Who knows about that? Alrighty.
Yeah, do I describe myself or no at this point?
Sure.
We haven't done physical descriptions.
I wasn't paying
I'm just
attention when you
curious.
guys introduced yourselves.
We
So
I didn't. Yeah, we didn't.
You didn't do
physical
descriptions? Did you at least do
I
race?
did physical
We did
description.
race, yeah.
Okay, good.
You did?
So should I
On the
wait
document.
for
No,
whenever?
when you introduced
Oh,
yourself.
Sure, go for it.
I just
Okay.
read it.
What do you look like?
So she is 3 foot tall, little halfling, sort of skinny, little old lady. Crazy curly white hair that she wears tied up in a bun with 2 knitting needles holding it up.
Yes.
Skewered through it. But brown skinned, really bright blue eyes, dressed always in little knitted things, probably handmade. Everything has little embroidery and knitted cute things
Heavily
all over
embroidered.
it. Yes,
Good work.
exactly.
It's very good work.
Mostly daisies. She likes daisies.
Mostly daisies.
Yes, that's her favorite flower, and she will knit it into anything.
Suddenly the big bad evil guy has a sudden penchant for
Burning
burning fields of
burning
daisies.
What's a big
Vera?
bad evil guy?
What?
Vera Mayweather. However, anybody who doesn't know me would call me Mrs. Mayweather. Or Mom Mayweather.
Mrs. or Ms.?
Mrs. I wear wedding ring.
She does have a wedding.
I should transfer. I wear wedding ring.
You're married? Oh my god, congratulations!
Great.
Yeah. No.
Are you gonna have like a strapping young lad always behind you with like a giant backpack and knitting gear
no.
for you, like throughout the whole?
We already
campaign?
have that covered.
Oh, okay.
No,
Sorry.
exactly. So, when we got the contestants are all lining up or whatever they're doing, so Theodosia's in there. She looks a little bit like me,
Mary.
younger.
Okay.
Only her hair is still the same curly, but jet black.
Okay.
So she's 18 years old, little halfling girl. Plucky.
Roll me 4d6 and... I'm sorry, just 3d6. We are, in fact, going to roll Theodosia's constitution stat right now.
All right, we can do that. 3d6.
3d6.
That's
Ooh.
12.
12? Okay, so she has a +1 to her constitution
Good girl.
saving throw.
Before she goes
Does
up
she
to bat,
roll-
though,
Does she roll for tastiness?
we all rolled for tastiness. I'm
Legitimate
going to.
question.
Can I sidle up rather subtly to speak to the game master, whoever's running something?
Sure. It's another halfling gentleman.
All right.
Much, much younger than you.
I'm just going to, gently take his elbow. Like, got something to say to you.
Yes.
Whatever. You look like a nice lad, don't you? So, that's Theodosian Mayweather, eh? Do I look for recognition in his eyes?
Roll a history check for him. Is that name supposed to mean something?
Maybe it will now. And I just very subtly put in his hand, 5 gold pieces.
Oh, Mayweather! Oh, of course! All
I
right!
knew you were a smart lad.
Yes, my mother always said so. Remind me of her. Of course. Enjoy the proceedings.
I will. So I go and I stand off on the sidelines.
All right. I don't know how that's going to affect a pie eating contest, but I got about 6 seconds to figure it out. She's got 3 competitors. A very large-looking human. Absurdly thin. Why is he even stepping up to this table?
Oh, we're
It's
gonna
got a lot of
take him
room
out.
in there.
What? Another
Because I've
halfling
never
girl.
seen eating contests.
Take him out. Take him out.
And another human. Female, this one.
This one? A female, this one?
One. That one.
Uh,
A female one.
I could go by these ones.
Yes! He's really 3 kobolds in a jacket.
Yes.
He goes by these ones.
And suddenly my next character's born.
if anybody wants to create such a character,
That's
please come talk to me.
awesome. If you kill Vera, sure.
I will have ideas. Alrighty. Round 1. I need you to roll me a D100.
Yeah.
These are pies, each of which has been magically enchanted.
What type of pies are this? Like flavors of pies.
Peach.
But roll 2.
Magic.
They're all peach pies.
One is tins and one
It's a really good peach grove outside
One
of
is
Monster.
Not outside. So pick one for your 10s. So black is 10. Okay, so blue is 10. So now roll your dice. So it's
Roll the other one.
it's 80 something.
89. Or 9. Yeah. 89.
89.
I don't know how to dice.
What
She
are they?
turns into a llama,
Give me 1 second.
and you can cheer her for it.
A llama! She's supposed to be dead!
5 minutes. Over.
I have a craving for
Roll.
Yeah.
I need a wisdom saving throw from Theodosia.
Oh, no.
I don't know what her stats are.
As roll a 3d6. We'll find out.
Oh gosh, my poor sweet baby
It's
girl.
46.
I
She
didn't-
gets to subtract the lowest.
Nope, it's just 3d6 for NPCs.
Okay, it's not that good. It's a 10.
Okay.
It's 0.
Wisdom saving throw.
I rolled a 19.
Natural 19.
Okay.
Girl.
You watch as she picks up the pie.
That's
And
my
the
girl.
center of it opens up.
Oh shit.
And
Oh,
you,
it's a
and,
mimic!
and the mouth starts, and the hole starts moving like a mouth, and you hear a voice coming out going, "Don't you dare eat me, you foul creature!" And she's taken aback for a second, and she goes,
That's my girl! That's my baby girl.
"Okay."
Oh my gosh, your girl is hardcore.
So
My
she
sweet
eats it,
baby
so she
girl.
still needs to
Thanks.
make a con save. Success.
So roll a con.
Advantage, because
This
hers
with the
is
other dice. Con save ain't
rolling
good.
this dice
So that's a
from now on.
9. Did you get a plus 1?
3.
Didn't you get a plus 1 on your combat?
Yeah, so it's 3.
3 total?
Not good.
It's not great.
No.
The face, she got over it. But something it said kind of lodged deep in her mind. It's my turn now. Theodosia will remember this.
In the corner of the screen with like a little butterfly symbol.
Theodosia.
Theodosia. All right.
Yes, she is
Good.
Dr. Erebir's daughter.
She doesn't last very long.
She tried.
DC for the first fight was only 5.
Oh.
She's an
She
itty
is-
bitty little
She's
halfling.
knocked out in the first round. She doesn't vomit, but she does just like, that was a little too weird, Ma. And let's just go look at. They're wrestling pigs over there. Can we just let's go watch that?
It's okay, sweetheart.
All right. I love her. Everybody, roll a perception check.
17.
17.
7.
In keeping with my drunken state. 8.
Oh,
I was gonna make you roll
I tied.
disadvantage, but that'll work.
Okay.
7. I'm less
Total?
perceptive
I'm
than
busy looking at the
8.
bottom of my tankard.
17.
7.
7. 12. You two hear somebody yelling.
Oh, what about Lyra?
I'm sorry, Lyra. Thank you. You're going to be her advocate. Is there any way we can get the picture up there so that I can
Well,
at least
it's
see
on
her?
her end. I don't know. It's not on my end. It's on her end.
Beth, is there any way that you can turn your camera on so that I can see you? So that I wouldn't forget
He
you
keeps
so often.
ignoring you.
Ignoring and forgetting are different things.
Yeah, one implies negligence and one implies hate.
It's the hate
One.
festival.
One implies.
This one implies?
These ones.
So what'd you get on your perception check, Lyra? 11? Okay. So Lyra, Talia, Thalia, and Cora.
You know, like Legend of Korra?
We're outside our 5 minutes.
Whoops.
We've broken
I mean,
the 5-minute rule so
just
badly.
Korra.
I'm gonna spell it with one R.
No, it's 2.
Spell with one.
No, it's 2. On my
Her
character
character.
sheet.
All right. You three hear somebody just shouting. It stands out from the rest of just the general chaos and noise of the festival. You don't know what they're saying. It just kind of registers in the back of your mind as that's annoying and it's piercing.
Important question.
Yes.
Is it a male voice?
With the 17, you can tell that yes, it's a male voice.
I'm gonna head towards that sound.
Bet you are.
Except, that you're looking for a boy.
Yeah.
Roll another perception check to find out where that is.
Oh, baby, come on.
7.
7.
You're pushing through the crowd. You know roughly the direction, and you're pushing away in that direction, but you don't quite get there.
Freaking hate it when people mess with my mind.
What?
That's what I'm saying as I push through the crowd.
Okay. That lady's really weird and crazy. Is what the people you push past say. Almania
Yes.
is over there.
This is gonna be a thing again.
Our names are not even
I know.
the same.
We have completely different names this time.
I would like you. So, there's a stage.
Yes.
It's set off to kind of one end of the square, and you've watched the last two people play. One of them is wearing a costume, and you can't really tell who or what they are.
But it's stupid Horace Bandweather.
It is now.
I beat him out for my music slot, and I'm keeping that slot.
That is amazing.
Roll a perception check.
No relation to the Mayweathers. It's a band.
I mean, no, it's Bandweather. It's completely different. Oh, that's a natural one.
A natural
Yeah.
one. It's totally Horace Bandweather.
You, Horace?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's the
Horace.
worst.
Got tomatoes fresh in your pocket.
Your cabbages
Wait,
in there.
rotten-
All set.
He's the worst.
Fresh.
He is the worst.
Are they fresh or rotten tomatoes?
This is profiling, Josh.
He's human.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
last two people who went before you, Horace was shit. Just, he got up there, right? Broke a string, got flustered, couldn't figure out his
Screw you,
stuff.
Horace.
The next one,
Strumming a lute, like, I hate you.
a fellow Dragonborn,
Ooh.
whose name you don't know, although, roll a history check.
History check. It's not great. That's a 7.
That's a 7. Yeah, you're not sure who he is, but then you don't really go around the Dragonborn embassy in Anashur very often.
Yeah, my sister does, but I don't.
So, just a red Dragonborn up there.
Good job? Doing a good job?
Playing the drums.
Oh, interesting.
Doing pretty good.
I know the drums.
I also need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay.
Does he have bongos?
The rock
Yeah,
music.
He does not have bongos.
10.
That's
10.
That's a 10.
Alright.
Man, I rolled
You
a 6
find
one.
yourself just... It's this very heavy beat, very tribal, very
It's like trap music.
primal. And you find yourself just kind of stamping your feet as you go, but eventually you realize, hold, stop, what? Hold on. And you look around and everybody else around is just kind of is sunk into this beat. And they're laser focused and they're stamping their feet. You're over there practicing your chords like, I feel like something was affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to shake it off.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn comes.
Yeah.
All right, what do you play?
I'm playing the lute.
Playing the lute.
Lute's my main instrument.
Just the lute? You singing a song?
Yeah.
What are you singing your song about?
I'm singing my song about the history of Hate Day. Basically.
Tell me about the history of Hate Day as Almania knows it.
It's basically everything you said about, 13 centuries ago, overcoming darkness, la 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 la.
Sorry. So are you singing about Hate Day, which is the name of the day of the week, or
Oh,
Darkfall?
no,
which is the
Darkfall.
name of...
Sorry,
Okay,
Darkfall.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I apologize.
I see, okay.
Darkfall, yes. I'm singing about the history of Darkfall, as people do at festivals, and just, going for it. Like, old, kind of folksy music, lots of finger plucking.
Okay.
I'm going nuts.
Is your focus on just kind of the general overview of kind of the war itself and then the culmination?
No.
Are you focusing on specific heroes
I'm
of the
focusing
war?
on specific heroes. There are love stories involved. There's, tragedy. I'm going for it.
Give me the names of 3 of the heroes.
Oh, gosh. There's,
Tom and Jerry.
Huey, doing Louie.
Okay. After you're stunned with, yes, I'm Sergeant Bob, and my lieutenant is named Ross.
Bob Ross. Yes. That was the best.
Bob? Nope, there are no Bobs.
We doing the
Come on!
bubbly time.
What about Ben,
Robert is
Barry, and
fine.
Jerry? Gary, Barry, and Jerry.
I'll give you a second.
Barry and
It's
Cherry.
Frederick
Please,
the
don't be
Red,
sexist.
Taryn Madrid,
Very
and
cute.
Louisa Markov.
Pro tip, have your players do the world building for you. I'm sorry, give me
Thank
the
you,
second
Barry.
one. Frederick the Red.
Taryn Madrid.
Spell Terran? T-A-R-I-N?
T-A-R-I-N. T-A-R-N. Taryn.
T-A-R-I-N.
Taryn Madrid. And Louisa Markov.
Am I going to get sued if I include these names in my campaign?
No, I
Cool.
just came up with that. It was based off
They
of
belong to
Frederick,
her.
Fred, Happy Fred, and then the rest of the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sing the tale of Frederick the Red, Terran Madrid, and Louisa Markov?
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
That has to be a love triangle, right?
Yes, I was about to say, there's a
Yeah.
whole love triangle going on.
That's a love
It's
triangle.
but it's very much
No,
like,
they're both in love with the middle guy, though.
Taryn?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I was about to say, it's
Everyone's
very
in love with
Midsummer
Taryn.
Night's Dream where everybody's in love with everybody else, and it's a total mess. And it's great.
You sing of the final defense of the white walls of the Vreeman Empire. And the epic... Shut up. And the epic defense of Frederick the Red, Terran Madrid, Louisa Markov, and their weird, epic, inspiring love triangle.
Yeah.
And how that played into
Oh no,
the
it's
defense.
not inspiring, it's twisted.
And somehow the story itself is a tragedy, but that tragedy itself is what... Right, the events of that tragedy are what actually lead to the final victory of the First Alliance.
Yes.
And driving the darkness from the walls of Vreem leading to the eventual destruction of what are now known as the Deeping Ruins.
Yes.
Alright.
Like, nuts.
Right.
Can I have advantage? Because I literally came up with these in
You
3 seconds.
can have... Ooh, let's go with inspiration. You have a D6
awesome.
inspiration.
Thank you.
Every time we world build for him, he always has inspiration.
Yes.
13.
13. Okay.
Not the best. No, hold on. Actually, it's a 15. Sorry.
A 15?
Yes.
Okay. 2 aspirants, go after you.
Mhm.
All right. 2 of them, one of them, that red dragonborn, and another of, the other one was actually a full orc.
Ooh.
And it was weird. Did
I
not,
feel like deep respect for this.
did not play an instrument.
Oh, okay.
Sang a song. What language do you speak?
Draconic and
you-
common.
Just Draconic and Common?
Yeah.
You don't know the language.
Okay.
But it resonates deep. And you start thinking of the orc echoes of the plains on the far side of the inland sea.
Mad respect, bro. Mad respect.
It's deep and amazing, and you hate that fucking red dragonborn.
Yeah, the Red Dragon can suck it, but I'm into the orc.
But that orc guy, you feel your bones vibrating, right? It's just like, just an octave below any voice you've ever even heard.
Ooh, true bass.
Amazing.
Give me a true bass, man.
You got a little excited about that.
Simmer.
I
Suddenly
imagine
two
sounding
people
like
are looking
Patrick
for them
Page,
male
and I'm gonna go for it.
Each of you is called for an encore.
Ooh, curtain call.
Dude, like, I can totally respect really good craftsmanship in music. So, like, even if I lose this guy, like, I'm like, dude,
Sure.
mad respect.
So roll your second one.
Still with inspiration?
Performance check.
Still with inspiration or no?
New song.
Ooh, new song! What's this one? I could just come up with a new song?
What are you singing about?
Okay, I'm gonna sing about, some long forgotten myth of the inland sea and how it got there, because of course there's gotta be some kind of myth. You know, there's always myths about these things. It's gonna be some kind of myth about the inland sea and the creatures who, like, formed the inland sea and the societies that were, like, inside of it, like Atlantis style. Sorry. Sorry, I'm going.
Relax.
No, go for it.
Recorded. So the societies that lived there, and there's like a whole Atlantis style story of like water coming in and like destruction and destroying, but like a creation of new life around it.
God, I wish I was listening.
There are fish people down there.
I'm going nuts. Yeah.
They're mermaids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sing the story of the great dragon Balarax. And the people he sheltered underneath his wings until they betrayed him. His rage was endless. He gouged at the earth. He destroyed their cities. And rumor has it that deep beneath the inland sea lie either the long-sleeping... What was the name of the dragon?
And Balarax.
And Balarax. And the ruins of the peoples that he destroyed. Water's good, man.
This is what happens when we're in the same room as each other. Can I have inspiration for that one too?
You may have inspiration
Make
for
it
that.
rain inspiration.
Woo. 19.
Baby.
Okay. The other Dragonborn comes up, clearly not expecting an encore, does the same performance, and it's, right, people are tapping their foot, but it's like, alright, we know this,
Yeah.
right? Come on, alright, right, it's good, but... Alright, cool, alright. The orc gets up again. Difficult to tell whether it's the same song or a different song, because you and nobody else here really understands the language. There are a couple of half-orcs that are just standing, just totally transfixed by the performance. And they seem to love it.
Yeah.
It's great. It's amazing. You get up, you sing your song of Balarax. And the crowd starts. It's a well-known story. your take on it is different, and you can hear people, right? Sections of the crowd are singing along with you, and then losing it where you've taken your own creative license, and then picking it up again as you come to another familiar thing, and they're really into it. And at the end, the orc gentleman
slips you his number.
there's an elf there holding just like a little golden harp.
Okay.
And as he is about to step onto the stage towards you, the large orc just kind of walks over to him, grabs the harp, just kind of shoves him onto the ground, walks up to the stage and just hands it to you, says something in a language you don't understand, and walks off.
Oh. Do I have a golden harp trophy now?
You do have a golden harp trophy.
Holy
They add that
shit!
here
I'm
into it.
down.
By a hot orc. I mean,
Yeah! Who could sing like a god? Woo! Okay.
When using that harp,
Yes.
you have advantage on getting better prices at inns for performing that evening or for a time, right, in exchange for food and residence, etc.
Advantage on, say one more time, I was lost in a throne.
I'm sorry. Anytime you
What?
go to an inn. Why does this feel like every once in a while, like I'm on stage and just let your hands fall down? I'm just like, hold on, let me. You have advantage on right. Anytime you're in an inn in this city, another city, you will have advantage on convincing the establishment to give you free or reduced housing, food, etc., right, and any information they might have, if in return you agree to perform at that inn and draw kind of a crowd.
Awesome. I'm so down. Magical busking. This is so cool. Okay, thank you.
And that's what it's now called.
It's
a
the magical busking
liar. Screw the name I came up with.
Liar. Dang, and I'm proficient in liars too, so this works super
Oh,
well
really?
for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Has nothing to do with a liar.
I know,
It
but
just-
still.
If you show that,
Ooh, I can just be like,
it's just like, by the way,
look at how awesome I
I can
am.
bring you some business.
I had 4 Michelin
All right.
stars.
Yeah, my record went triple platinum, so you should let me hear.
Everybody roll a perception check. With this net. Unless you roll below 18, in which case it doesn't matter.
Natural 20!
First
Hey!
natural 20 of the campaign!
And
Disadvantage?
what?
No, for me.
I'm sorry,
wasted.
just for him. He's recovering from a lot of things.
18.
18?
My time.
Natural 20.
That's right. I remember that.
7.
7.
I'm a liar. I'm losing
6.
my mind.
13. This tankard's empty.
That tankard is empty. You three. So, Almania, you are flush with your success.
and
It's
Lyra.
amazing. I'm sorry, Lyra.
Yeah.
Thank you.
16.
16. Okay. Lyra, again, you, along with Talia, Cormier, and Vera, names. Someday, I'm just gonna post them on here, but you all again hear somebody yelling, and it's a very different timbre from the rest of what's going on here. It's everybody else here, right? There's excitement, there's anger, there's excitement and anger. It's pretty descriptive of the Darkfall celebration. This is a different tone, and you can't quite place it. Actually, you rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
You can actually place it. This is the tone of somebody who is delivering a warning.
Oh.
This is somebody who is delivering a warning without really caring if the people he's talking to hear it or take it into account. You two don't hear it at all.
Nah.
There's a fire.
Are any of my people around? Any of my voluminous family members?
Yeah, they'd be around.
I'm gonna go start trying to round them up.
Roll me another perception check to try and go find them.
11.
11? It's hard. In this crowd, especially because you
It's like
pushed...
when you lose your people in Walmart.
Yeah.
The what people?
It's like
What's
when you lose
Walmart?
your people in
Sure.
Walmart.
You push
Yes.
right. You just spent your previous round or several minutes, right, trying to push your way through a crowd, and now you're just kind of in the middle of it. And you've given up trying to find where the voice is. You still don't really know what it's saying, but you can't find anybody. Sorry, I keep thinking of you as a halfling, so if ever I'm like, you can't see over everybody else, correct me.
I would
That
like
would
to
be
point
me.
out
She
that
played
I
a
am
halfling
5
wizard in the
feet
last campaign.
11,
I know.
We're the same height. Nice.
I'm just
the tiny
saying,
one now.
I'm gonna forget,
which is very tall for a woman.
and I'm gonna need
Not
you to remind me.
Yes.
For a half elf.
Okay.
For a woman.
What were you doing?
I'm with my boy toy, but he doesn't know that he's my boy toy.
What are you guys
Potential
doing?
boy toy. We probably would have been listening to the grand music
Okay.
and cheering along for, the best person there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, you've seen her before. Occasionally, you and I'm not going to call him your boy toy, Rio. Occasionally you guys hang out at the Snowdrop Inn, which borders the square. It's right over there. You've seen her play before. She's usually pretty good. This was amazing. This was a great concert. Yeah, she's on her game. Okay, and everybody to roll me one last perception check. Make sure.
13.
Have I forgotten to resolve anybody? Actions, anything?
No.
She was.
She was
Did Theodosia hear it? I am curious.
Yes. Sorry. So she's the only one who recognized, kind of picked the tone out of the cacophony. You all perceived it as there's somebody yelling.
I mean, Theodosia, my granddaughter.
I'm so sorry. Roll a persuasion. Nope. A perception check for Theodosia.
She didn't hear it.
She did not hear it. Okay. Yeah. So again, it just kind of lodges in the back of your brain as really annoying. That somebody's just yelling something and it's really irritating.
I was going to use this opportunity to try and hold Rio's hand for the first time.
Aww. Speaking
Roll
of
for
persuasion
awe.
checks.
It's kind of persuasive.
Is it?
Roll a charisma
Okay.
or a. I'm sorry, persuasion is not an attribute, it's a skill. Yeah, roll a straight.
Really sweet check.
Roll a straight charisma check.
It's Quasi.
So it could be intimidation.
Okay. Just for
You guys keep laughing about this. This is about to be Rio's speech patterns.
He's over fun.
Dude, I
Yes.
swear to God, you start talking about under the floor. I'm out.
So, I want you to know my perception check was a natural 20 before I rolled this.
Perception check to hear the voice.
Yes.
So you also understand kind of what that tone is trying to communicate.
Another natural 20.
Hey!
Go back
hand-holding.
game.
Alright.
You ace that hand-holding roll.
Rio, your elf. He's an elf.
Yes.
Your elf boy toy.
Is he in leather?
Rejects me.
He is now.
Yeah, he is.
Rio, your boy toy in leather.
Oh, yes.
You just kind of reach out and grab his hand, and he immediately notices it, and you see his face just kind of light up, and he doesn't say anything, but he turns back towards the stage and is just kind of stamping his foot even more enthusiastically and gripping your hand tightly.
Alright. I'm going to end my story here. Retirement.
Character accomplish something. Hide it from Josh. Speaking of, anybody who rolled above a 10 in their
I rolled a
perception.
13.
15.
So it's a different DC for hearing the voice. So even if you didn't hear the voice, anybody who rolled a 10 or above, the world is always a little bit shaky for you. You kind of totter around a little bit, but for everybody who rolled a 10 or above, the earth, the ground beneath your feet just kind of trembles a little bit, and it starts to increase.
So real quick.
Stinky
Yes.
Am I still rolling with
earthquake.
disadvantage?
Guys, we're so
Yep.
far away from
Okay.
this district.
Well,
Mega drunk.
concert was probably
Doesn't really matter.
Ballad, so it was a good maybe like 10, 15 minutes about Frederick the Red, Terran Madrid, and
Louisa Markov.
Louisa Markov. I'm so excited for tomorrow morning when I get up and actually write that story.
Is
This
it?
gonna
You're
be-
great. Oh, I'm already working on my songs.
Okay.
I have my
awesome.
guitar at home and I've been strumming.
Yes!
You consider bringing your guitar into the studio?
Yeah. Once I have it fixed, I have to fix a few strings, but yeah.
Alright, cool. How about teaching me how to play the outside of the studio?
Sure.
Just teach me. Continuing on.
He's like, yes.
All the inspiration.
And suddenly Mary gets so many more dice.
As you guys are enjoying the celebrations, the earth,
Not yet.
right, and you are in frustration trying to push your way through a crowd. The earth shakes and it intensifies to the point where the general cacophony just kind of starts to dull, and people are kind of looking around and grabbing onto things, and you hear a couple of glass vessels shattering on the cobblestone. And then your vision, everything that you see, just starts to vibrate until you're seeing, 4 or 5 of everything. And the light changes. What are you looking at to see if you can, as you try to figure out what's going on?
Where's the bear? Save the bear!
Everybody else in the celebration stops and is just kind of looking around,
They're
except for one
distracted.
guy who's just kind of stumbling towards one of the tables with an empty tankard in his hand. And another one clips to his belt.
Aw, yeah.
I'm looking to Rio. I'm just like freaking out, making sure he's okay.
Looking at Rio.
I get my back to a wall and I'm holding Theodosia, but I got my head down, so I'm not looking at anything.
Okay?
I am looking around, still looking for my people, but when I feel the earth shake, I turn towards where I feel like the voice might have came from and look that direction.
So you're looking kind of
Yeah.
back into the crowd trying to look
Yeah.
for that?
I'm putting my magical busking harp in.
You're still standing on the stage?
Yes, and so I'm like slinging my lute over my back and like trying to look over the people to see if there's anything out there.
So you're looking out kind of into
Yes.
the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if anything is like wildly going on. Maybe looking up a little bit, like maybe
And
there's
then
like
And Lyra, where are you looking?
Thank you. I am headed for cover. I'm looking for cover, shelter, anything, because I'm like.
There's
I don't
shelter
wanna
under the
die.
bear.
Are you
bathroom. Everybody get to a bathroom.
Are you diving under a table? Are you breaking into a home? Are you running for the Snowdrop Inn? I need detail.
Next to like a sturdy structure that I can hide under.
Beer table.
Beer table.
The inn is probably pretty sturdy.
What did you say?
She said she's looking for a sturdy structure that she can hide under.
Okay, so you run for the eaves of a nearby building. The Snowdrop Inn actually has a pretty good porch outside.
It's a nice
Their summer and springtime tables are all inside, but there's still kind of that porch. So you run under that. The light turns darker and just kind of red.
No!
Imagine
Totally
almost,
not metagaming at all.
Imagine almost as if you were seeing an infrared.
Oh.
Right? Kind of like there's just kind of this
Terminator
dark, deep red glow that just bathes everything.
If they kill Rio, I'm gonna lose my shit. Josh?
What? I don't kill people!
Yes, you do!
No, the monsters and the evil people kill people.
DMs don't kill people. Monsters kill people.
I'm
Dice
a
kill
judge. I simply mediate between you and bad things.
Sure.
Tall chef, this is
You're
one of your
about to
I want to
lose
be a
your
priest
job.
just bullshit
Silence.
things. Please stop!
Silence breaks over the assembly. Aside from, hear.
Totter, bear.
Somewhere
Are you
in the
saying
crowd,
that out
there's
loud?
Save the bear!
somewhere in the crowd, there's the clanking of metal, as of somebody smacking a tin cup or something against things. And I forgot the next thing I was going to say, but you hear that, and just about nothing else except for that one voice that has been nagging at the back of your brain this whole time. You can kind of see, you best of all, Almania. The crowd has kind of started to split and form a circle around a man standing pretty much just in the dead center of the square. He's wearing simple clothing. It is a human male.
Taurus band leather.
Not a whole lot special about him, except that you notice two long red lines down his forearms that are just kind of slowly bleeding, and he's holding a dagger. And he's shouting to the crowd, but he's looking up and over the crowd. And you hear a voice that does not sound like it should be coming from this man.
The age is ending, and a new one shall begin. Desolation is over, and the reign of blood is nigh. Fate has slipped her moorings and is adrift, and an ascendant walks the land.
Oh, you rolled good, didn't ya?
And we're going to go ahead and pause there for a short break.
Okay.
When we come back, we will see the conclusion, or simply the continuance, depending on how efficient we are of this episode. So, we'll be back in, I don't know.
D6.
When we
Second.
left
Yeah,
off...
1 and A plus B.
5 rules.
Can somebody turn Beth towards me?
Beth,
She's
gone.
Oh, that's right, she left.
Beth is dead.
You lost Beth.
Bye, Beth. I love you.
She's very far away.
And I don't have her character.
In Japan.
She's in Japan.
Oh no.
But that's fine. She's just gonna, try to
Not
keep people
die.
from not dying.
She's
But
not
some
gonna
checks.
die.
Keep people from not dying?
Josh,
Wait a
I
minute.
thought we weren't using our regular character sheets yet.
We're not. But I also... Oh, I do have her.
Yeah, you
back
do.
up.
You have her
Look at that.
fake one.
Acolyte.
She got wisdom.
She's
I mean,
an
she got
acolyte?
intelligence, right?
Yeah.
She did.
Standing in the middle of the square...
Wait, I want inspiration now.
Standing in the middle of the square is this nondescript man with the... I know.
Peasant hair?
With the peasant hair.
That, you.
The
I will fight
dagger
you all.
dripping blood.
But you're beautiful.
I love you.
The dagger
Sorry.
dripping.
That's
blood.
fine.
I know, this is serious. This is
I'll
serious.
fight
I'll
you
just-
all.
I'll just wait. The dagger dripping blood. You also notice, right next to the feast table, where there are...
Bear.
No, beer's over there.
Beer's on the beer table.
Oh,
Feast table is right here. You're over there.
okay. I feel like I should probably return the other direction.
Sure, that's fair.
Can he perceive beer on the feast table?
I'm sorry?
Can he perceive beer on the...
There's no
I'm
beer
at
on the
the
feast
drinking
table.
table,
There's
honey.
lots of beer on the drinking table.
Alright.
But on the feasting table, there are numerous pigs, sheep, just cooked whole, right? Think pig with the apple in its mouth, just all along this table. Mostly eaten at this point. They
That's
begin to shift.
No!
And they begin to move.
No, they don't!
Oh,
And
God.
they kind
No,
of
they don't.
shake themselves free of all of the garnishes and dressings on them. And they start to pull themselves off the table. Yeah, it's... Their fleshless meat is writhing as they move themselves off this table in this grotesque, awful, alien movement.
Question.
And they don't like you guys, so everybody roll
World
initiative.
building.
No!
Roll building question.
How does Onisher feel about magic?
So in general,
Oh.
this is common knowledge.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead and roll a history check to see if you know more than common knowledge.
Can I also do that?
An 18.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead. Are you proficient in history?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
yes.
not.
Right. You get the roll.
Yes.
If she wants to,
I don't.
I guess, second
So,
guess your roll, she has to
The
be proficient.
proficiency on this dude.
You are not proficient in history, so
Okay.
never mind. You don't know this.
Okay, fine. I still
You
remember.
would know.
Yes.
In general, hundreds of years ago, I think they started 800 years ago. I'm not going to pull up my timeline now. About 800 years ago, there used to be large wizard conclaves. They collaborated on magic. They were dedicated to trying to figuring out all of the lost magic secrets that had been lost when the world was basically destroyed. At some point, nobody knows why, the conclaves suddenly went to war with each other. And over the course of about 3 weeks, pretty much all of them were obliterated. As mages just teleported to the headquarters of other mages, blasted the crap out of things. It was World War I inside the time span of 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Right after that came the Lich Wars.
Oh, yeah, those.
Immediately afterwards, you got the rise of the first Liches. And they started destroying huge swaths of land, and every major city was pretty much was beset by one or more Liches. Now the great cities were seriously threatened. I'm sorry, Lord Dump. The great cities were seriously threatened.
We're seriously
Seriously
let us
threatened.
slow down on the water.
Even though they were not the focus, the Liches' focus was on each other. They were bent on destroying all other Liches. Eventually, 600 years ago, the last one was put down. It coincided with, actually, the last Freeman Emperor, Gebrecan, killed...
Sorry.
Maddie's with me. Maddie's done.
No, she's not.
The last Freeman Emperor
Say-
died, essentially killing the very last Lich,
Okay.
who was known as the Immortal King. His original name totally lost to history, but as a Lich, he rose 5 or 6 times, and he was known as the Immortal King. As far as anybody knows, the last Freeman Emperor put him down for good 600 years ago.
Didn't the Sanctimonious Six do a lich?
Did do a lich.
No, that was not a
For the
full
record,
Lich.
we did not do a lich.
Wow!
That's
Very clear about
generally
Because
possible,
Baelish would not be so clear about
unpleasant.
that.
Anyway, to answer your original question with a long,
Winding backstory.
winding backstory, they're not hugely happy about high-powered magic.
Okay.
Certainly people have low-powered magic. There are the guilds, right? There's the acolyte here and there who dedicates themselves to some kind of foolish, long-lost ideal of some god that may or may not have existed, whatever, right? People do magic.
Yeah.
At rookie level, you wouldn't be worried.
Oh.
Once you start to get maybe to like 7th or 8th level, maybe 3rd or 4th level spells, is when people might start to look up and be like, I'm not sure I want to be in your presence right now.
Okay.
So, again, long,
Maddie has a question.
winding answer. Yes.
Hello.
Would you like the short answer or the long answer?
Long answer.
Yes.
Nobles have history as part of their proficiencies. It's like history and persuasion.
That...
Or do we care about that?
Oh my god,
work,
stop
but-
bringing mechanics into this.
But as a rookie character, no.
Can I have
You don't really have
Can I have my
those
copy of Xanathar's backstory?
You may have your copy of Xanathar's.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Initiative.
22. 21.
Did you roll? 10? Alright.
I don't think I did. I rolled for Theodosia. She rolled 2.
Oh boy.
No! Sweet girl.
I rolled a 10.
What's her con mod?
I have no idea. How
Plus
do I
one.
roll for her
No,
con?
we
It was
already.
plus 1.
Yeah, it was,
you're right.
it was
It's
plus 1. I got it here.
Yeah.
So she has 5 hit points. 4 hit points.
As many as I do.
You don't have more than 4?
I have 4.
Oh, good. Alright.
If you kill me in the first combat, you're gonna die.
You may not make it out of here.
Yeah.
We know where you live.
Yeah, we do.
You do.
And word.
25 to 20.
21.
21.
22.
Woo, the
Gosh,
bard.
What do we add
22?
to it?
You're a natural
22.
one.
I rolled a 19.
So plus 0. So that you roll plus
It's
0.
just dex. Mod.
So when
Who got the 21? The bard?
Me, yeah.
Alman. Yeah. 20 to 15.
Hey, dog.
15? Your name is, I have it here,
Cora with 2 R's.
Cora with 2 R's. That is the last time I'll forget it. 15 to 10.
I have a 10.
10? 10. You guys can go on the same turn. When it comes to you guys, whoever's ready first can go. You guys can mix it up if you like.
Theodosia didn't roll dex. She rolled a 2 on her initiative, but I don't know if she has a modifier.
She rolled a 2.
On her
On the
initiative.
D20.
On the D20.
So you're definitely not at 22 initiative.
No. Vera rolled a 22. Theodosia rolled a 2.
Oh, Theodosia!
Josh!
What?
Jesus Christ!
It's almost like you need a DM screen that's larger and more compact.
That'd be
It's
great.
almost
heavier.
like
We have
someone
one around
bought
here
him one
somewhere.
for Christmas last year.
But I don't think we ever rolled for all of the Theodosia's general dex. Should I roll?
Sure, go ahead and roll a d6.
3d6.
I feel like Josh likes them longer than his thick.
Oh my god.
I don't understand. Can you explain that to me? It
got
seems to be
8.
funny.
He likes them
8?
to be long,
So she has a 1
but not.
on her initiative.
Yes, they have to be long.
She does, my sweet girl. She's a little bit of
I
a
mean,
klutz.
if
Did
it
I
could be
mention
long and thick,
Okay,
that would be
it's
preferred.
Talia?
Yeah, because
Talia,
that would be
yes.
more sturdy
Talia
and stay
and
in place.
Cormir.
I don't understand.
Is that everybody?
very
I guess I'll
sturdy.
roll for Lyra. I don't know what her stats are. I do.
Plus 6.
I don't actually, but she's gonna go before you guys. All right, Vera,
I feel it.
you are
Yeah.
up first.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and shove Theodosia behind me with my hand.
You shove Theodosia behind you.
Maybe
Theodosia.
my Lekai is showing, so.
She takes the
I
look
will
I have.
then pull
Yes.
one of my knitting needles out of my hair.
Okay.
Yeah. It's part of my hair is coming down. I'll try and stab it in the eye.
Stab it. That pig? Okay. You stab that pig in the eye. Roll an attack roll.
Oh,
Add your proficiency bonus and your dexterity modifier.
it is a 20, non-natural.
Oh, goodness, yes. Roll damage.
Okay.
Should be, it's just a d4
Yep,
plus your
D4
dexterity
plus
modifier.
my dexterity and proficiency. I have proficiency in simple weapons.
You don't add
Yep.
proficiency to damage.
Also, Josh, I have a question logistically. Is this session 0 or session 1?
Zero.
Yes.
Well, I'm keeping track. so it's
0.5.
I believe this one is listed as session 0, so we'll call it session 0 because we might not get to level 1 this
6.
6. Okay, you run up and just plunge it straight into the eye, and all the writhing in its skin just kind of stops, and it slumps to the ground once more, an inanimate meaty pig.
Yank out my knitting needle.
You yank out your knitting needle.
Nice girl.
Clean it off.
Clean it up. Which brings us to Elmania.
I'm gonna look at the dude and all of the moving things and just go, dude, are you working for my sister? Because this isn't funny anymore. And I'm gonna tell her at dinner, but this isn't funny.
Okay?
Is he gonna say anything?
He looks like he has malicious intent.
Oh, God. Fine. I'm gonna hop off the stage and pull out my rapier.
Okay. Yeah, he has He has turned towards you and started walking. All of this is rough terrain because there is currently a crowd dominating just about all of it.
Okay.
So just ask.
So, only a movement.
So you hop off the stage. Yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3. You hop down onto the ground in the mosh pit.
Unfortunately, the only magic I have is a 5-foot range. So, I mean, I could cast it. Everybody would hear it, but
You would also probably damage a lot of the people who are crammed in around you.
But it's only a range of 5 feet.
You're in a crowd.
You're in the mosh pit.
Oh, I guess that's right. Okay, never mind.
You aren't terribly concerned with, bristles.
Then I pull out my rapier and I just keep walking towards him because I'm like, God, if this is Talsha, I'm gonna friggin' kill her. And
So
keep
you
going.
probably have a dagger.
Okay.
But not a
I
rapier.
haven't got my rapier yet. Okay, then I'll pull out my dagger.
Okay.
And I'll. Oh.
She wants to dash.
Unless you
Hold on.
regularly carry a rapier to your
Well,
barding
nah, I'll
thing,
probably
so
have a dagger.
Probably not.
You
You would have a dagger. Just about anybody would have a dagger.
Yeah, and I'm gonna start yelling at the crowd to just get out of the way.
Okay. You putting a spin on it, or are you just yelling, get out of the way?
Hey guys, I'm gonna start blowing lightning everywhere! And just open the door.
That'll do it.
Roll an intimidation check.
Since I still have my tail, do I have advantage on intimidation?
No,
Or
so
is it because I haven't passed my trials yet?
No, so you're a full Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not a full Dragonborn citizen. You're from the hegemony. You have your
Yes.
tail.
Yeah.
You have advantage on an intimidation check if you bring the hegemony into the
Okay,
conversation.
Awesome.
You've got to work them in somehow.
Don't do that. They're
Put that
awful.
on the side then in case.
Please don't do that. They're awful.
I know. I
Not
don't
that
like
any
the
of us
hegemonies.
knows that.
They're not my
Exactly.
favorite.
How
was
does
I rolling
character
for
do
you?
that?
Intimidation.
They're jerks.
You're not proficient, so it's just a straight charisma roll.
Okay, that's a 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
Okay, people start to get out of your way. Your next 10 feet are not
Not clear.
not half movement.
Oh.
So you can move the next 10 feet without taking half movement, and then you're back into
Okay, I'll take the
rough
next.
terrain again.
I'll take the next 10 then, because then I'll be pretty close to them, right?
So you've moved your full. Actually, no. So
I
you
haven't
moved
moved my
15
full
feet.
yet. I moved
That's
15
true.
feet.
So you cleared them out of the way. Yeah, that'll get you within 5 feet.
Sweet. I'm poking with my dagger.
You're gonna poke him with your dagger.
Yeah, and then
Roll
I'm
an
gonna
attack roll.
breathe lightning. Because that's a
Oh,
bonus action
that's
now.
Oh, dang.
So keep in mind,
Yes.
your breathe lightning is going to take out also everybody in this area.
Are there people still behind him, or did he kind? Because you said that he kind of came in a bubble.
Right, but
So,
isn't it a 30-foot range?
No, it's a straight line.
For 30 feet, isn't it?
Let me check.
Okay.
I think it is, but I don't know who's.
In the meantime,
Dragon.
Cora, what are you doing?
Blue.
So I have a question.
But I'm gonna poke him with my dagger.
Okay, go ahead and look up the breath, and we'll do all that at once. But meanwhile, we're going to Cora.
So I have myself marked as having daggers and
30-foot
hand
line.
axes.
It is a 30-foot line.
Do I have?
You
those
would have
now?
a dagger.
Oh,
It's
my
a
claws
5
are more
foot
fun.
bite.
At the moment, you're civilians.
It sucks.
I would rather just use my claws.
No, it's great.
Okay.
Standing in front of
Scratch that
someone,
bitch.
like,
Where are you? Oh, you're right here?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, 5, 10. You gonna scratch that bitch?
Yeah.
Scratch that bitch.
Yes.
Awesome.
Take it, bitch. Ooh, I rolled a 15.
You
That is
roll.
such a Khajiit
You're
move.
proficient too.
I'm not a Khajiit.
15
You're not a
hits.
tabaxi, so like.
Roll a D. You have a D4?
Yes.
You have a D4. Roll a D4 and add your strength
Okay.
modifier.
It's a 5 foot by 30 foot.
Right,
That's
so
a lot.
30
How many
foot is
people
going
are
to get
behind
5, 10, and then 15, 20, 25, 30.
How many people are behind him? Is
A
there a
lot.
lot?
So,
Or was it?
Okay.
Is it?
I
Are we
have
festival
crowded?
square.
figurines that I could crowd this with. I'm not gonna. It's a festival.
Okay, I didn't
It
know
is
if like people had kind
crowded.
of moved around for
No,
it. Okay,
it's
that's fine.
just, it's
Okay.
crowded all in
6.
here.
Okay, go ahead.
6. Damage?
Yeah.
Woo-hey! Alright. Yeah, you run up and just rake him straight down from the neck across his chest.
Yeah.
Tears straight through, doesn't react. But his shift. His eyes shift from Almania just to you. And you can see blood just kind of starting to come out of his mouth.
You.
He's really creepy.
Can
Okay.
I push him over?
He's possessed.
So you can use one of your attacks to attempt to knock somebody prone. You used your attack to deal damage.
Can I move away from him then?
Sure. How
As
far?
far as I can.
Okay.
I have a 35
You moved,
movement.
I think, 10 feet of movement, so 20 feet of movement, so you can basically move back about 1 square.
Okay. Bye.
He's going to take an attack of opportunity. He's going to take an attack of opportunity.
You.
That is a 13 to hit. Okay. You take 2 points of piercing damage. Right? As you run in, slash him, and turn to run away, and he just lashes out and catches you across the shoulder with the dagger.
I get to poke him, right?
You get to poke him.
Thank you. Ooh, that's 21 to hit.
You're adding just 2 to it, right?
Yeah, it was a 17. No, wait, I have proficiency in daggers. It's a light weapon.
So it's 2 plus your dexterity. What's your dexterity?
Plus 2.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
It's a natural 21.
Yeah, natural 21.
Whoop, whoop.
That's a 5.
You know you love us.
5 damage.
So much.
How does he look?
Not awesome. Because you just kind of run up and jam the dagger straight into his sternum, and his gaze shifts back to you.
This dude is
Hi.
already dead.
Yeah. I'm not into the blood magic thing.
Wait, did I already paw him?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry, no, you haven't. So you do the 5 damage,
I stab.
right?
Yeah.
He's still focused on you. I'm sorry. Then you slash him, and then his gaze is on you at the moment.
So
but
he
you stepped
still
away.
is up.
He's still up.
Okay.
Blood magic sucks ass.
It really does.
Don't we know it?
Unless you're wielding it.
Mm-hmm.
That is
I'd
awesome.
say-
Cora! We just went.
Wait, I want to use
Lyra!
my finger of death on him.
Lyra doesn't really have anything to do at the moment.
She was it.
Oh, can
So
you
she's going to stay there.
cast a cantrip as a bonus action, or is that only at higher
only
levels?
at certain levels.
No, it
Unless
casting.
unless the casting time is bonus action,
Okay.
you can't cast it as
Awesome.
bonus action.
Okay, that's excellent.
Talia or Cormier.
I'm off the table.
To the other side of it?
Yep.
Okay. Roll an
Nice,
acrobatics
nice,
check
bro.
with disadvantage
Oh,
because you
Because you
drowned.
made real drunk.
So he's channeling you.
12? Okay, you hop the table.
I'm a drink bear.
Great. You've knocked most of it off, but you managed to kind of snag one as you scoot over. You've got a beer.
No.
You drink it. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
21.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
A natural 21.
Alright.
So,
You. Talia.
yes. So, here's the thing.
Talia.
I know about, like, people that are under charm effects and such.
Yes.
Does this guy look like
Actually,
he's
not really.
suffering?
You don't really know.
You didn't read my backstory, did you?
You have not undergone that training yet.
Oh.
We're still babies.
We're still.
Then I'm not looking for the boy
You
yet.
know the
None
boy.
of this makes sense.
No, you know the boy.
The boy.
It
The
only
boy.
makes sense if I've already been at my lessons with the wizard. Does that make sense?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. I'm changing it a little bit just to fit.
Okay.
You're still looking for a boy.
The idea of a
Oh,
rookie
boy.
character
Any
is
boy.
you have taken 0 steps towards any adventurer
See,
class.
I thought that it mattered that we had our NPCs because you said that they needed to be done.
Yes.
So,
And you would give us extra credit if we did them early in the week.
yes.
But essentially what we're doing is we're playing through
Okay.
some of the backstory and the background, right, and your basic, right, your background, your guild artisans, your
Okay.
nobles.
Well, I'm just saying, if I would have known that, I would have taken a completely different path this whole time.
Okay.
Just
We'll work it out.
okay. Anyway, what's this guy steal? Does he look like a jerk? What kind
Roll a
of
perception check.
Sure.
Or an insight check?
Can I make it an insight check?
What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out what sort of creeper this person is.
You're going to have to be more specific with that.
Is he acting of his own volition? There.
Okay, roll an insight check.
And I'm not proficient in insight yet, even though it's a guild artisan proficiency.
Correct. So it's
Okay.
just a straight wisdom.
That would be a 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Under
Cool.
the influence.
You
He's
know,
not the only one.
something is going on because he's taken 2 big hits. He's basically dead. Hasn't reacted, really.
Back the fuck away and look for my little brother.
How far away? You get 3 squares.
I'll
Axis.
take all 3 of them. And I just would like to scan around looking for mother and little baby brother.
Sure.
Who's hopefully clinging to her skirts.
First, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Great.
As you step into the pig... Oh, pie eating. Never mind.
no
No,
pig.
I'm sorry. Pig wrestling's over here. Never mind. Roll a perception check. With disadvantage, because everybody's going berserk. And it's crowded.
That's a 7.
A 7? You don't see that.
There it!
Who yelled at?
What's my brother's name?
No response.
Fine.
Cool. His turn. Great. Who most recently hit him? That would be you.
Yeah.
He's going to attack you with his dagger.
He's out of range.
He is.
Cause she
Oh,
moved.
that's true. He's going to move over to you and attack you with his dagger.
I attacked the red thing. Not him.
You attacked a red thing?
You attacked a pig.
You attacked the
attacked
cultist.
him because that's all the movement
I
you had.
attacked the.
But you're nowhere near the red thing.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, you
Okay.
attacked
So, I'm sorry.
Dude.
If I ever do something that doesn't seem right, yell at me, because
I just
Water.
figured I was moving towards the red thing, like that's where you move me towards.
no. So he was here and you were here,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you moved 5 feet away.
I've also had some water, so.
And you took a...
So he's gonna come over. He rolled
I'm
a
feeling
17 to
so
hit you.
hydrated.
So you take 4 points of piercing damage. Are
Ooh, are you?
Oh!
you still up?
Because we're
Yes.
No, this is your background HP. Yeah. So look on your
Yeah,
background
it's
sheet.
only on
4.
the-
You had 4 hit points. So you're down.
Oh.
Joshua!
You kill another one of Maddie's
you
characters!
killed. This will be the 4th.
No, I created this race when I should have been doing real homework.
I know.
Lyra is going to use her held action to move her movement 5, 10, 15, because it's crowd, towards you.
It's okay.
You're not unconscious, but you're down on the
I'm
ground.
not going to be a warlock
Cuckoo.
anymore.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
You're down on the ground and you just have a dagger line that just cuts across from kind of the center of your neck across your chest, and it's enough to incapacitate you because you've never been stabbed by a dagger before, and it's simultaneously extraordinarily painful and very confusing, and you're dealing with a lot of
Oh my god.
conditions that you've never felt before. So you're not unconscious, and you can see somebody in acolyte robes kind of sprinting over
Next
to you.
turn.
Cuckoo,
That's
where's
it.
my mother?
Next turn, he comes over and just plunges the knife into your eyeball, but you've got until then.
I'm just saying.
And it wasn't a dagger.
We
it
have
was a
another
dagger.
healer in the crowd.
Sorry, the girl. Theodosia, what's she doing?
Theodosia is.
And then you're up.
Awesome. She is going to start running for the other pig because that's what she would do.
Oh, okay, sure. Run over to this one. 5, 10, 15.
That's me.
That's
me.
Vera.
That's
Vera.
Laura
I'm
V
sorry.
says
Yeah.
Theodosia.
she would run over to the pig.
Yes, and try and hit it.
Theodosia.
She is. She's plucky.
Okay. And what's she doing?
She's gonna try and hit it.
Okay, she's using her fists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need you to roll 3d6 to find out what her strength is.
Great.
We got Con 12, Wisdom 8, Dex 8. Sorry, Wisdom 10, Dex 8.
Strength is 15.
Ooh!
She's a tough little girl, not
Yeah,
very
she is.
dexterous.
Roll
She's
that
a
attack.
barbarian in the making.
Roll that attack and add 2 to it.
16.
Oh, yeah. So roll a d4. On a 1 or a 2, it's a 1. On a 2 or a 3, it's a 2. And then add 2 to it.
No, it's a 1.
So 3 damage? 3 damage? Okay.
She just like sucker punches the pig.
She runs over and basically just plunges her... Oh, none of them went. Oops. I didn't give the pigs a turn.
Didn't get to go.
Alright. Pig's gonna come at you!
Great. Come at me. Oink,
It's gonna attack Theodosia. Oh, this works well.
What is her armor class?
10 plus dex.
Her dex
9.
sucks. Oh, great.
She's a little bigger. She takes 4 points of damage from the pig skin thing.
I don't know what
And
that's
she
from.
goes down.
Don't
Wait,
throw it.
her con is 1.
Her con is +1.
What is your base hit points without the plus con?
It's just 4 plus con. So she has 5.
So she's got 5. Okay. It runs up and slams into her and just kind of starts flailing its meaty
On
limbs.
her turn, she thwacks it in its stupid
On her
face.
turn, she thwacks it in its stupid face, and she did 3 damage. So then she just kind of, it knocks her down, and she just kind of punches
That's
straight
my
into its
girl.
face.
Yeah.
And it just comes out the back
Well,
of
you
its
know
skull.
what she does, yeah.
Yeah, I know what she does. Alright, there we go.
Oh, it's dead?
So she's at 1 hit point.
That's my sweet girl. Okay, it's my turn now.
They're really weak. You're
They're
rookies.
pigs.
I'm not throwing...
Thank you. My
Don't
God.
look over here, Josh. Don't look over here. Don't
Not
look.
her, not her.
Alrighty.
I
see
see you.
Mommy's in
There's
the
one
crowd
pig,
somewhere.
and this weird guy with the dagger, and who won't go down.
My turn.
Yura, you're up.
I'm going to yell at Theodosia. Go home, tell your father.
Okay. Passions. No, I'm staying here! Ma, I won't leave you alone!
Oh, she's my sweet girl.
Poor stupid NPCs.
I know.
I mean, loyal NPCs.
I know.
Loyalty
Dead.
encouragement.
Means dead. Futurely
So what are you
dead.
doing?
Encourages you to do.
I am going to swear in the most grandmotherly way I can under my breath.
Cookies and biscuits.
Cookies and biscuits! cheese and crackers!
Fed knobs and
And
broomsticks.
Alright.
broomsticks. And
5 minutes is over.
and I am. This is a table. Am I right?
I don't remember what that
Yeah,
was.
it's
feasting
that's where all the
table.
pigs were.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. That's the
Alright.
feasting table.
I'm going
There's
to
water on it.
dive under said table. So
Okay.
I'm in a concealed
Sure.
position. I'm going to try and pull Theodosia with me under the table.
Okay. So you're gonna move at half movement, but you've got her. So
I've got 25.
really like 20 feet of movement, but then you get under the table.
So we're hiding under the table. Can I see the pig from under the table?
You can. It's on the ground.
Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah,
just 10
it's
feet
just,
away.
I can see its feet because I'm under the table.
It's the table is taller than the pig, so you can see the whole pig.
Awesome. Is it still my turn?
Why does that sound like a euphemism? You can see the whole
You can
pig.
see the
I don't know
whole
what you're talking
pig.
about.
It
It's
didn't
the
sound like
whole
a euphemism
enchilada.
until
No.
now.
It's a very thick pig.
Oh God! Is it long?
No, not particularly.
Oh god.
It's been
I
eaten.
generally
Like
prefer the
dissected
long
pigs.
one.
Oh god. Okay, do I still have an action? I use my movement, I yelled a little.
Sure.
I am going to, I still have the knitting needle out that I used. Half my hair is
Yeah.
coming down.
You've got one more needle.
Whip it at the other pig that I see.
Roll an attack roll.
Do I have my sneak attack damage?
No.
Fine.
Sorry.
I was so proud of it.
Rookies!
Fine.
Yeah!
I will, because a dagger can be thrown weapon.
Oh, yeah.
This close. Awesome. It's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Good.
D4 plus your dex. What's your dex mod?
It's plus 3.
So 4 total?
Yeah, so, wait, so it's 4, I got pulled a
It's
1.
a D4 plus your dex mod.
Exactly.
So
I rolled a
4
1,
total?
so I get 4 total.
Okay. Again.
Pigs down.
Pigs!
Only unfortunately,
They're
my
pigs.
knitting needle is now embedded in that pig, so I have to
There is a
get it.
knitting needle embedded in the pig.
I love my knitting needles.
Alright. Almanya. You're right up on that guy, and you don't really know her name. Actually, you kind of would. She's the only cat person. She's the only Kotka? Kotka. She's the only Kotka that you've ever seen or heard of, really.
She goes by shows sometimes. I'm like, yeah.
Sure. And she just got stabbed and is now just kind of on the ground, just kind of holding on to the wound, and it looks awful.
Does the guy still have my dagger in him, or did I stab and pull out?
I would assume you stabbed him.
I didn't say anything!
I saw your face!
You're the one that got all
deliberately
offensive.
not looking at Maddie.
Did I pull the dagger out of his chest?
You did, and you did it in time for him to not hit you.
Was that the pull-out method?
Why can't I throw it down?
Please, throw a dagger at me.
Can we make this rated M now?
Seriously, goddamn.
PG-13
Okay.
at least.
How is
I hate and love you all.
I don't understand
30.
the references.
How?
I don't know if my wife is watching at this point, but hi!
Hi, Grace.
How was your day at work?
We love you.
We love you,
You're the
Grace.
best. I'm so sorry.
Hey, babe.
How's the crowd looking now? Have they dispersed a little bit more?
They should have
Um,
The smart ones would have
Game
run.
on.
Not really. I mean, it's one crazy dude in the middle of the
Okay.
crazy celebration.
Okay.
Crazy.
He's definitely crazy.
About half the crowd has started to kind of push into side streets. It's still difficult terrain. There's still enough people to make it crowded.
Okay, so I can't shoot 30 feet and not hit anybody else.
Yeah, you're gonna hit somebody.
I'm gonna stab him again then.
Roll an attack.
Dagger. Oh, yay! That's 22.
22.
Yeah.
Roll damage. It's a D4 plus your dex mod.
Yeah, that's 4. 4 damage.
4. How do you want to do this?
First time you want to do this. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. What does it look like?
Okay, sorry.
I'm
Sorry, Matt. I
5
love
minutes
you
is
so
over.
much. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stab him in his throat. Just
Okay.
I'm like, God, my parents always trained me for this. And just stab him straight in the throat.
What sort of
So-
parents did you
so
have?
he-
Dragonborn parents!
He opens
Mama
his
didn't
mouth,
raise
and
you
at this
right.
point, there's blood coming, dripping from
They
both
really
corners
tried
of
to
his
teach us
eye and
vicious
kind of
skills.
out of his ear, and he starts to open his mouth, and just a goblet of blood just kind of
Ew.
pours
I'm
over
like,
his chin.
Yeah, I know you're
And he
type.
looks like he's about to speak, and you just kind of jam it in and run it across his throat, and he just kind of,
Like, yeah, I've seen your type before, sweetheart.
and he just
Goodbye.
crashes to the floor.
I'm really disappointed.
What are you disappointed in?
I really wanted to claw his dick off.
She was thinking about it.
Roll a death saving throw!
Oh no!
Has Beth not gone over yet? Okay.
No.
I rolled 17.
Great!
You alive?
She fails to stabilize you. Roll another one!
Oh, come on!
I claw his dick off even harder. 12?
You
Still
succeed. And she stabilizes.
Yay!
Maddie lives!
Maddie's alive, thank goodness.
I'm Cora.
Cora's alive, thank goodness.
We're more worried about Maddie at this point.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I'm gonna crouch in and be like, oh my gosh.
Shortly after you end
Can I
the threat.
Can I rummage through his stuff to be like, is there any blood magic dragonborn stuff?
Might actually been
Immediately loot the body.
Well, yeah, I'm a dragonborn.
Cormier, you drink another ale.
Can I?
Sure.
I want to see if there's any weird blood magic stuff on him.
You don't know what blood magic is, but you can search him. Roll an investigation check.
My sister wanted to be a priestess. I'm pretty sure I know what.
Oh,
blood
I'm sorry.
magic
You're a
is.
dragonborn.
I am.
Yeah.
My
okay.
sister is like, let's be priestesses, and I'm like,
Sure.
fuck that.
Roll an investigation check.
You.
Oh, sweet. That's an 18.
His pupils. You look over his body. You've got the dagger. It's a normal dagger.
Yeah.
Right?
Dagger.
His pupils have been mashed and twisted into a shape that looks maybe like something similar. It's not draconic,
Yeah.
but it looks like something maybe similar to something your sister has read in a book or at some point shown you and been like, look what I get to do!
Ew!
I don't like your
Okay.
family.
I don't like
Yeah,
him
my
really either. I'm
sister's
sorry.
obsessed. Okay.
So yeah,
Cute.
other than that, he's got a dagger.
Oh
And
my god. What the hell?
At this
flip
point-
him over a little bit so I don't have to look at that anymore.
At this point, a group of the city watch runs up, right? Kind of pushes their way through the crowd, pushes you away from the body. Right, they drag you away as you're just as Lyra has kind of patched you up, and you're just kind of going like, okay. Suddenly, hands just kind of grab the back of your clothes and just kind of drag you away, and they surround the body, and other people are other city watch are poking at the dead pigs, the double dead pigs, with their.
Can I retrieve my knitting needle before they abscond with it?
Just roll me a quick persuasion check.
No, I don't get it back.
You lose those knitting needles.
Oh, one knitting needle. I still got one in my hair.
That's true.
Oh, I used the other.
You
I still have another
one,
and I used the same one.
So you've still got, including that one, you've still got 5 on your person.
Yes. Nice.
She needs a lot. She needs a lot of knitting needles. What are you looking at?
You need different size knitting needles for different size projects.
Yeah,
it's just how it
exactly.
works.
Can there be TSA in this world?
Sorry, I can't bring those into Worcestershire. We just can't.
Especially because all my knitting needles are still.
Would you like us to ship it back to your house for you for 15 gold pieces?
She needs inspiration.
Eventually, the regulator of the cataract.
but can we
District.
see him?
What are you looking at me for?
Do we see
Can
him?
you see me, Josh?
Can we see him?
Are you sure it's not the TSA agent?
The local TSA
Oh.
It's okay, we'll be out of here.
in a
handbasket.
handbasket.
Whom you know, you at least know his name. You would recognize him. He's in charge of kind of the neighborhood. There are 8 regulators of the council per district. You know this guy. He's kind of the regulator of your neighborhood. This is Arian Marshall.
How do you spell?
I'm sorry, what was that first name?
Double A.
Aaron.
It's a random name.
Aaron.
It's Aaron. You
Aaron.
done messed up,
Double
Aaron.
ARYN.
Marshall, Marshall.
It's
Two
better
L's?
than
And then
Arian.
Marshall, Marshall.
Is that his title? Is he the marshal, or is it like...
No, that's his name.
Okay.
His name is Regulator Aaron Marshall.
Regulator. Okay. Awesome. Just wanted to be sure. But this wasn't like a Marshall kind of thing.
JM's advice. You always say things out loud before you introduce it in the campaign.
Yeah, you do.
He has
The cataract.
What's a JM?
Josh.
dark hair, black hair, in fact.
Ooh, pretty.
Not peasant hair.
Can I do an inside check to see if he's dyed it?
Roll an insight check.
You can
Disadvantage.
That's okay, I already have 2 dice in here. No.
Was that a goat noise?
No.
You drink enough, and just noises come out.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure he dyes his hair.
Yeah, he does.
You're pretty sure occasionally when you see him, there's
people
flecks of
named
gray, and then other times there aren't. Interesting.
Arian.
Okay, so black hair, how tall, dude? Human?
He's human.
Of course he is.
You know you love us.
Are you sure he doesn't have one?
So, DM, I just
color
would
is
like
his
to point out
It's a
very
legitimate
sanctimoniously
Yes.
that I did not participate in this at all. Also, where's my mother?
Your mother's not here.
But I was looking for Barrett with her.
His name is Barrett.
I got dork fast.
You have anti-inspiration.
We all have anti-inspiration.
If that had been Gnome who said that, you'd have inspiration. You don't see her anywhere here.
Okay.
You find Barrett, and he tells you that she went home a little before any of this happened. So your mother's not here.
Okay, then I look around for one of my other numerous siblings.
She'll roll a perception check.
Okay, nice. I guess Bryness would be the one I would
Trying to
look
wrap
for.
up the vignette, but sure.
Okay, so he's a
Can
human.
I make sure
black
Barrett
hair.
gets home?
Sure.
15.
15. Okay.
Do I find Bryness?
Yes, you managed to gather all
Okay.
of your siblings who were here.
And I send them home.
You've accounted for all of them.
Big sister energy.
Yes.
I'm into it. So he's black hair, human.
Black-haired, human,
Aaron.
very wide features, strong jaw.
Blue eyes.
All right, now what happened here?
Is he looking at me because I'm the closest one?
So you guys, as the main ones involved here, have just kind of been dragged together, and he's talking to you all. I need a physical description of exactly what happened with as much detail as you can remember.
So, you have come to the right place, sir.
I'm gonna let
I
her
whip out
talk.
the lute and I strum it. And I sing a tale of our adventure that we just had.
Oh
Roll a
god, yes.
performance check.
Thank you.
By the way, does he even see me? I'm under the table.
That's an 8.
At this point, everybody's been either cleared out or you guys have kind of been
Fine,
rounded.
okay.
I want to go
That's
over
an
and
8.
clap along.
Sure, with advantage. Because she's clapping along.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a 23.
Yes! She's amazing.
You sing the tale.
I basically described exactly what happened, what the dude looked like, the exact things he said, and the pigs coming to
In
life.
beautiful
The
Homeric
Dave
script.
Yes.
Pig attack.
In
Yeah.
I need a meter.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it in iambic hexameter.
Iambic hexameter?
Yes.
It exists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't
Real
want
thing.
pentameter?
6
I mean, iambic
IAMs
hexameter
per
is really
line.
good if you're like reciting something as a play, but I'm going musical, so I'm gonna do hexameter.
Any embellishments? Or pretty straight to straight.
Minor key or major?
This is a major key because it's a success story.
Oh, that's
Right?
true.
We're
And
now
it's-
beyond any knowledge of mine about music, so sure.
I'm
I
writing
don't care
my
what
song in
key
minor
it
key
is.
later.
Any
It's
embellishments?
Key.
It's a major.
D major.
C
No,
major.
it's G, 'cause
C
G
You
is
major.
quiet!
G
It's
major.
a G major. It's iambic hexameter. And I embellished a little bit about the people dramatically spreading, and all and the swirling of red clouds and
Oh my God,
everything
it was like
going red. I kind of get really into that, but I explained basically exactly what happened.
And when did that happen?
That happened at the beginning.
Points up at the sky.
What's up in the sky? Can I look
What's
at the
in
sky?
the sky?
In the sky are now 2 moons.
What?
One of them is the bright silvery moon that you're used to, only it is cracked. And you can see there's about 3/4 of it still there, but it looks like something has just... Imagine some kind of ball of solid material,
Making eye contact.
and something solid just struck it at a specific point, and 3 shards just broke off, and so it's just kind of floating there. So it looks a little like... That's off screen.
Right in the middle.
Yeah,
Like a
just do it right in the
pocket?
middle there.
It looks a little...
Oh,
Who's very
no.
yes, I'm here for it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's like the Cookie Monster
Can
got
I
to it.
ask on behalf of my
So there
dead
isn't 2 moons.
character?
There's 3 moons.
No, that's one that's broken.
And then there's a second moon next to it that is shining this blood-red light. Very close to that one.
Huh. I don't know when that happened. That's news to me.
Okay.
What in the Nine Hells is that?
Well, it's
Looks
exactly
like
what it looks like. It's a
Kinda bullshit.
second moon. You know
Yeah.
anything about it?
No!
No.
Right.
I'm gonna hit the library. I'll get back to you.
I'll ask some people.
He essentially takes your statements.
Okay.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you all know him.
Do I know him?
You don't.
Like,
Do I?
in the
I
biblical
was gonna
sense?
say, biblically? No.
There is a third sense. Spiritually. As far as you know, he has been tried to be known.
Okay.
And he is not susceptible to it.
Oh, dang.
This is
Some of the reports that you've heard, some of the
Respect.
rumors that you've heard, it's not through any, integrity, it's more just,
Dumbness?
yeah,
No sense of, self-regard.
or subtlety. He's a pretty straightforward guy. Darkfall ends. You guys eventually, right, your statements are taken, you go home to your houses, which I'm going to need descriptions of at some point. You all have homes here. You
I run in and go, okay, what was that in the middle of the square? I want answers. Just like yelling at myself.
You had very troubled dreams that night.
Mm-hmm.
You woke up in a sweat trying to recall the fast receding details of pain, despair, and slow creeping inexorability.
That's
Afterwards, and in the days to come, you discover that everyone that you meet seems to have had the same dream. It is common amongst all of the citizens of West Ashur.
Onisher.
Onishur. Sorry.
Because you did that
I
to us
spent
in
all
the
summer
group
building
chat
Westershire.
enough.
And we royally screwed that up.
Rumors filter in from other great cities. Everyone had this dream.
In the entire world?
I'm gonna write a song about it.
Wait, did the
Most, at least. Everybody's talking about it.
is this a year after the Sanctimonious Six, or
No,
was the
this
day
is still
after?
this is basically a few days after that.
Oh,
So you guys died the day before Darkfall.
wow.
Essentially, the ritual went off at Darkfall,
Hate day.
right? On Hate Day of Darkfall, which worked out. So that was a few nights ago for you guys now. The inland sea is now a chaos of churning tides as a new moon exerts.
Gosh.
Oh god, the monks are gonna be pissed.
They are.
The monks might be dead.
Geysers hundreds of feet high can occasionally be spotted erupting out of the inland sea when standing on the walls of Anashir looking out over it with no known cause. The water level, the water level has risen and most of the lower docks have been flooded and destroyed.
Oh my god, what about the cat people?
I don't know. You're not there. It is now 3 weeks after that night and the coming of the red moon, and word is that 5 ships have limped into port yesterday, carrying the mercenaries from Westershire.
Ooh.
Or what's left of them. Who would attempt to accost and
Oh, yeah.
talk to any of these people? Definitely you.
Definitely
Either
me.
of you. You would see them in the Snowdrop Inn as you were steadily getting drunk.
Yeah.
And you would recognize kindred souls.
Oh,
I'll share a drink.
Their drink and defer.
Oh yeah.
Any reason that you would give that you would have to maybe talk to any of these people? Okay. So I need all of you 4 to roll just a D100.
I know what those dice look
I
like.
don't know what they are.
just one?
So
You always have to roll the
essentially, right? You've got 2 types.
I have rolled a 100.
Right, so some of them have 2 numbers and some of them have 1.
You rolled 2 of these.
Yeah. Yes, but you need to pick one and say that that's the ones, and one that's the tens.
So do
So that's the tens.
I rolled 100.
You rolled a 100.
Lit, bro.
We just give you their money.
I'm looking for my brother, by the way.
a boy.
While
Is
you're
that-
talking to them.
Oh boy.
You really didn't read my
Is
family,
one of them
did
a
you?
mercenary?
Yes.
Look, I've been grading for like 2 straight weeks and
I know.
trying to build
It's been really
I'm
a
just
city
bad.
giving you
and the
crap.
And
campaign.
doing
It's been a long
evaluations. Yeah.
94.
So he's a mercenary.
Mm-hmm. My timelines are off, which I'll go back and fix now, because I didn't realize.
Yeah. Again, I had a chance to like breeze through.
Cursory
this.
examination.
Which
our
roll?
essays?
66.
94.
Nice red.
I'm collecting stories. Like, that's what I kind of do.
You didn't go, Cormier? 80. Right. I like it. Start with Talia. Talia.
Put an accent over the
Acute.
I there.
Of the 3,000, roughly 3,800 mercenaries that came through the city 3 weeks ago, word is less than 700 returned.
Ew, jeez.
You rolled a... I'm so sorry. 100. Okay.
Oh, what do you mean that only 700 returned? Like 3,800 came from our town?
So,
Came from our
three weeks before Darkfall,
Oh, okay.
3,800 mercenaries came through
Oh, right,
Anashir,
okay.
bought a bunch of stuff, right? That's why the council was able to subsidize so much of the Darkfall
Right,
celebration.
right.
We're now 3 weeks after Darkfall, and less than 700 of them have returned from
Boys,
Westershire.
get out.
You did. And you died.
And I died.
You do not actually manage to accost a mercenary, but a civilian from the town.
Oh, damn.
It is a very dirty-looking human female. I'm sorry, wrong person. Human male.
If you give me Molly.
Common clothing. You get Molly when you roll a 1. That's the weird thing, percentile die.
Yeah.
You get, his name is Luca, just this, looks like he's wearing decent clothing, fairly middle, maybe upper middle class.
Okay.
Westashire and Onashire are fairly close culturally, so you recognize his not caste, but kind of his station, roughly. He's got this long, scraggly beard, totally unkempt. His clothes are all filthy and dirty, and he's just got a mug. He's just nursing it. How do you approach it?
Gently.
Okay.
Hello, friend.
I don't have any friends.
Well, you have one now.
And I sit down at the table next to me.
From across the way.
Fuck, gave it away.
You are tired. Can I buy you a drink?
Got it, Frank.
Can I buy you some food to go with that drink?
Oh, it's written there.
Okay.
This is
14.
just your straight charisma.
14.
14? Okay, sure. Buy him food. He picks at it, but he eats it.
What happened to you then?
Fucking Dragonborn happened. And then he came through, let everybody, some shit went down in the stadium. But he died.
It's awful. How'd you get out?
Just grabbed onto one of the mercenaries as they were going to get on their ship.
Talk to any of the mercenaries that were on the ship?
Fuck them, they brought it on us, they defended the Dragonborn, they helped them with it. As far as I can tell, every fucking one should have died on the crossing.
But some of them are good people. People with
Yeah.
families.
Yeah.
Not the Dragonborn.
Yeah, good people definitely drag people to the stadiums. The Dragonborn could. Don't ask questions, just do it. Good people, all of them. That's about how the rest of the conversation goes.
Okay. I eventually dropped the name Lorbon into the mix. Just to see if he gets any. That's me, brother.
It's not a mercenary. Disadvantage on that one. Natural 20. He has no information.
That's fine.
Vera. What'd you roll again? I'm sorry.
66.
You had a 66. Okay. Roll me just a d6. Reroll on a 6.
A 1.
Got a 1. Okay. It's a mercenary. Leathers. Some kind of arcane focus. Symbol of just a hand reaching down out of the clouds and crushing a mountain.
I don't know that.
My notes say Fist Mountain Storm Riders. I drew it.
How do you
Fist
approach?
Mountain Storm Riders.
I'm sorry. This is a human female.
I should sort of totter up with a hot tea.
Okay.
I'm like faking being more tottering than I am. Cup of tea, dearie.
Thanks, Ma. I'm going for something a little stronger at the moment, but...
Oh, don't worry, I got you covered. I take a flask and I pour whiskey in the tea.
Yes.
That's more like it. She kind of takes both, and over the course of the conversation is alternately sipping from one than the other.
So, am I aware that by calling me Ma, she knows who I am?
You get the sense it's just you're an old woman.
Grand.
It's just a grandma, ma, right? Something. Yeah. Generic title.
Did you meet anybody as you were doing the crossing then? Any ships along the way? I mean, the inland sea's doing all sorts of nonsense these days.
Has anybody been sailing it? We didn't see anybody. We started out with 12 ships, made it back with 5, didn't see any others.
Oof. Lordy. So I will... I'm going to turn my head slightly.
Yeah.
So that she can see.
She kind of looks over where you're looking. Returns to her tankard. Filled with 3 and a 4. She didn't notice the tattoo.
Any word about, anybody in Leicestershire get out?
As far as I know, we're it. Once the, roll a persuasion check real quick.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh!
Shame.
You're hitting
Throw that die away.
I'm not. Holy shit.
Once everything went to hell, the Golden Suns fell apart. The undead overran their positions. Whatever happened in the stadium, I don't know, but the Storm Riders, we booked it for the dock. Got the ships. Maybe a third of us got out. Some of the others came out, but the Silverfish had it worse. Only less than 20 of them made it out. I rolled percentile dice for each person in the group. It was rough.
What about the commoners? I mean, ordinary people. They're not.
Oh, they were fucked. Just straight up. I think a few of them stowed away, but we didn't fucking care. We were just glad to get out of there.
What's the point, though, of taking over a city and killing everybody in it?
We weren't there to take over. We were there to just get paid. I don't know what the hell the Dragonborn were doing, but they paid well. Leicestershire's treasury was open to the companies. It was quite a time there for a while, and then, rough. I'm so sorry, what's your name?
This is my weather.
This is my weather? Okay. I'm sorry, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Would I have known just from general news and such about the Freeman invasion? I mean, Freeman legions outside of
Oh
Leicestershire.
yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
I mean, Leicestershire was under siege for 3
a long
weeks
time, yeah.
before Darkfall.
Mm-hmm.
News definitely traveled across to Onishire, right? They kept their port. Actually, you guys met the people whose job it was, right? Gaius and his group.
Yeah.
Their job was essentially to sabotage the port and lower the chains so that the Freemans could take the port.
Right.
That didn't end up happening.
Don't we know it?
Yeah. So, yeah, communication and travel and supplies have been coming and going between Leicestershire and Onishire for weeks, and you guys have heard the news.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Onishire is at war with the Freeman Empire.
Right.
So Onishire, Leicestershire, and the Freeman Empire were part of the Central Confederacy before the Freeman Empire just kind of chucked that down the drain and sieged Leicestershire. So, as far as you guys are concerned, Onishire and Leicestershire are at war with the Freeman Empire.
And whatever became of
You're welcome, Devin.
What?
those,
Send the
those
reference.
stick-in-the-mud Freemans? Weren't they besieging that city?
Yeah, they were there for a few weeks, but we put the city guard up on the walls, so we just had to keep peace inside the city. We never really dealt with them.
So they're gone then, they're not.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They were outside the walls. City's overrun with the undead, but I mean, Freemans are welcome to it at this point. It's a fucking necropolis.
So, no business going in or out, I assume.
If you're stupid enough to try and cross the inland sea with this. It's roughly how the rest of your conversation goes. We've got about 12 minutes left. I want to get in all these conversations.
So Worcestershire shut down.
I got a 94.
You got a 94. Okay. This is also a civilian.
Okay.
It's a dragonborn, actually.
I was like, God, I'm gonna have to explain myself as a dragonborn.
Extraordinarily unusual scale color. Iron. Dullest of the metallics, but tending towards stalwartness, stubbornness, loyalty, etc. Roll me a d6, reroll a 6. 5. You just see, right, I'm sorry, this is a civilian, never mind.
Yeah.
It's not a mercenary. Civilian. How do you approach it?
I buy a drink. Well, I get a drink. I assume they know me pretty well.
Yeah.
I get a drink. I plop down next to him and put this, just big old tankard of ale in front of him and go, you look like you need a drink.
Pushes the old one onto the floor, still had like a third of it, takes the new one and just...
Yeah, hungry, huh?
Drinks about half of it.
So...
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. So, rough patch happening up in Worcestershire?
You know nothing, worm.
Ouch. Whoa. Sorry about that.
Not an uncommon term. Worm spelled with a Y.
Okay. Still, you know nothing.
Sure.
Well, okay then. Thanks, man. I just
dude.
buy you some drinks, but okay.
I mean, it's a little more pejorative than dude, but it is fairly common to someone that you consider not quite your level.
I will admit, I don't know a whole lot about what just happened, but you want more drinks, you're gonna want to be a little bit nicer there.
Roll a persuasion check.
19.
19.
19.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
Whatever the fuck happened over there. Look, we were here, sky went red, there's another moon. Look, what happened, man? I'm honestly I'm curious, B, I like stories.
So you rolled really high and aimed to figure out which section of the city the silverfish were in charge of. Oh, okay.
He was a civilian, remember?
He is a civilian.
He is a civilian.
All right. Well, we'll put him in that district anyway.
Okay.
I know little, but rumors. There was a ritual in the stadium.
Oh, shit. What kind of ritual?
The blood priestesses were bleeding the citizens.
God, why does that happen?
To fuel a ritual.
What kind of ritual?
I was not there. I did not see. But many were dragged to the stadium, and many were bled. Many bore the scars. And on the night of Darkfall, all who bore the scars were drained of their life and killed.
And how do you feel about that?
Pretty good, actually. Thanks for asking.
How does that make you feel? No, seriously.
I was not bled.
Well, yes.
I am a citizen, and it was disconcerting.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little, yeah. Yeah.
You get the sense he wasn't sarcastic.
Yeah.
It was actually just a little
Just a little disconcerting.
disconcerting. He's got his tail. He's a
Yeah.
full dragonborn
Yeah.
citizen of the Gemini.
Oof. Well, it was rough over here. Some guy bleeding out decided to throw himself at the stage I was performing on, and that was fun.
That sounds exciting.
Oh, delightfully exciting. It was a big old fight. It was
You
great.
killed him for his disrespect.
Yes.
Of course, as it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was just being so disrespectful. Just ridiculous.
You are not full citizen.
Not yet. I'm getting there.
You have executed one who showed disrespect.
Yeah?
You will do well in your trials.
Thanks. I do appreciate that. Most people don't think I'm going to do great.
The conversation eventually turns to just kind of matters of hegemony, and you're kind of trying to skirt the more just very Spartan elitist tones of it. Trying not to just agree with things that you disagree with, but, you know,
just being like, yeah, totally, sure.
fellow member of the hegemony.
Woo!
Cormier.
Dragonborn party. Yeah. Okay.
You rolled I don't know why I wrote these down, but I was just going to ask you guys at the time. You rolled an 80. Roll a d6, re-roll a 6.
3.
Nice.
Okay. You see, this is a mercenary, has the symbol of, right, kind of a small otter-looking creature crouched, right, holding around like a large two-handed sword, and then just a heart. Just kind of curled up around it. Looks like it's, I don't know, hugging it or sleeping. Half-orc.
Hey, baby.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, half-orc.
Alright, this is at the
How do you
Snowdrop?
approach him? This is at the Snowdrop, yeah.
Is this at the table that I'm normally sitting at?
He's not... Oh, sure. You're sitting at your table. He recognizes a kindred spirit, comes over, sits down, plunks his tankard down, and you guys are just drinking in silence.
Like you do.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty much what happens. I'll buy him a couple rounds, but I'm not really going to say anything.
Okay.
And it goes from ale to fucking rot gut real quick.
Yeah. You guys basically wake up, just like sprawled over the steps of the place. Doors are locked. You guys stayed there past closing time, and eventually they just kind of threw you out into the streets. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, because alcohol lowers your core body temperature.
Is it
Science!
roll?
6.
6!
Oh, no.
Great! Yeah, you've got 3 points of exhaustion.
3
Oh my goodness.
Points of exhaustion. It's midwinter, and you got drunk and slept outside at night.
Yay, hate day.
You're lucky you're not dead.
Hate day. Or
It's
3
not
weeks
hate day
later.
anymore.
Whatever.
Okay.
It's no hate day in
always
our
hate
hearts.
darkness.
Yeah.
At that point, I'll start staggering up to my house, asking if he needs a place.
Sure, he'll take one. You bored him for a couple of weeks. Okay. It's almost... My God, things are actually going to end when I plan. Like, the time it's going to be...
Side quest!
And that brings us to...
I'm gonna go collect all the
Today.
acorns and pine cones and down.
It is now Sorrow Day. The 2nd of the month of Two Skies. 1 year after the coming of Celosphere, the Red Moon.
The guy's still in his basement.
Hold on, it's been... Oh, we're at the next year.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were just like, and it's
But
been 3 weeks, and now we're still in
No,
the same month as the
so
day
we
before.
started on Darkfall. The conversations with the mercenaries were 3 weeks later.
Okay.
We're now a year after Darkfall.
Cellophane? What is the name of the...
Celosphere.
Okay.
I'll give you spellings later. It just sound it out.
Start with saran wrap and then work your way through.
I heard cellophane the first time. I'm
Sorrow
sorry.
Day or Sorrow Day?
Sorrow Day.
What
What's
is
with
it
this
about?
depressing names
Cello.
for
The
everything?
moon can hear your jokes.
I
Oh
still
yeah?
do.
Oh yeah?
like it.
Come down here and fight me.
Oh. Oh.
No, shut up!
An ascendant walks the land, my friend. So, it's the 2nd of the month after Two Skies, 1 year after the coming of Celosphere, the Red Moon. And tomorrow night, the city will once again celebrate Darkfall. But this time, the council is holding back its funds. In fact, the celebration may be cancelled entirely. The lower docks have been partially repaired, but the chaotic tides, which remain unpredictable, make it nearly impossible to maintain the docks and any ships. In addition, with travel across the inland sea no longer possible due to the chaos of the tides, Anashur will be officially starving within 2 years. A great deal has happened over the course of the year. You've each been sharpening your skills, some newfound, some old and forgotten, sensing, perhaps, the danger that comes with changing times. You've all been hard at work, learning old skills, learning new
You tell.
Ghouls and undead outbreaks throughout the city have been more common than usual. Such things are common in any of the great cities. The dead do not rest well in this world. But outbreaks have been far more common than usual, and the city watch has been kept extraordinarily busy. And in response, the council has decreed that every able-bodied citizen do their part. And so for one night each month, you must patrol your specified section of the neighborhood. Impressed with your work at the previous Darkfall celebration, Regulator Ariane Marshall has lumped you all together. Now, what bureaucratic slip of the quill decided that your century-old, gray-haired halfling grandmother qualifies as able-bodied? Well,
I'm 120.
Oh, shit.
it doesn't really matter.
Welcome to the party.
She is old and tottering.
I am a kid.
So, it is midwinter and bitterly cold. When we pick up next time, you will all be wrapped up in your winter clothing, with the articles of your class and trade upon you, walking together down the streets of your neighborhood, patrolling for undead and ghouls. Be thankful that you were not assigned to the actual night of Darkfall.
I volunteered. That'll explain it.
No, there was a bureaucratic slip of the pencil.
Are you sure?
Quill,
I wasn't allowed to volunteer?
Or was it?
you want to spend some of your capital?
Nah.
Okay.
I volunteer as tribute.
Some rumors that have cropped up over the year, and we'll end with this. There is a way through the tides of the inland sea to Westashire if you can find the right captain.
Or the right cat.
Captain
Captain Cat.
with the right ship.
Cat?
Is it George?
Please let me go.
It is now.
Oh.
A new cult has been cropping up in many of the great cities and is more troublesome than most. They are calling themselves the Advent.
That's not terrifying.
The new city councillor, Artyom Samfelheim,
What?
is totally incorruptible and single.
No, can you spell it one more time?
Spell what?
Can you spell his
ARTYOM.
name?
Sound it, I'll give you the spellings
Can you
later.
say it
One
again?
more time.
Artyom Samfelheim he's the newest city councillor.
That's fine. I'll watch
He is totally incorruptible and very eligible. I forgot what that section of the city is called. The Slacks. Section. It's a district of the city. Much better at keeping down their ghouls and their undead than the city watch is. Their response time is fast. The Drunach River will eventually wear away the cliff completely, and Anashir will fall into the sea.
There we go.
Deep, deep beneath the city, in the tunnels far below anything that the city uses, are untold riches from some pre-breaking time. Messages that are communicated magically to some of the people in the city that then eventually kind of filter down among the populace say the goblins are gathering far, far to the east on the plains of Umrak. Their target is unknown. But the great cities to the east of the inland sea are bickering with each other to try and pin the blame on who it was that set them off. There's a constant struggle between civilization and the wilderness. Every attempt at establishing any kind of external city defense or, whatever, the wilderness reacts violently. The plains of Elder Night have gone quiet, and the borderlands are enjoying a reprieve. This one you already know. With the collapse of trade, large parts of Onishur will be starving within a year or two. I'm sorry?
This one? Where do we know this one? Where is
Yeah,
he?
this one. What?
Okay.
What happened to him?
And finally,
These ones.
the arrival of an ascendant heralds the end of the world.
Yeah.
Great.
And with that... No?
No.
We're
We're
not
not-
ending?
No, we're not gonna do the ascendant part.
Yeah, that's not happened. That never happened.
That didn't
Yeah.
happen.
You
It's
rolled
not
like
canon.
just a
crap and it
rumor.
didn't happen.
And with that, we will go ahead and conclude session 0 of It Gets Worse.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will... Can we all make it next week?
Yep.
Next week,
I am
roughly
here.
the same time?
I
and you can't be
won
here.
the week after.
You're missing
actually,
too?
because it's fall break.
Something will be happening next week at roughly the same
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
Might be this campaign.
I'd be
Hate
here.
day.
Every day
So,
is hate day.
thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely evening. And we will see you at some point in the future. Or you'll see us.